Program is paid for by Investors Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investors Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios.
We're live.
Where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right. Look at Omri. Omri, you always distract me when I start the show. Oh,
that's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Please call us and save me from those people at 855-939-1137.
Okay, can I tell people what show this is?
Yeah, it's better, actually. Yeah. Start with that.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. We are broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters right here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I am Larry Steinhouse. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling, and I'm here to make financial education fun and accessible to everyone, including you, even Omri. On this show, we discuss several ways of making more money. We concentrate on real estate investing, stock option trading, the stock market, and how to maximize your retirement funds. You can call us anytime during the show at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Do you feel that? It's 855-939.
I want to know if we feel it.
1137.
I guess we're feeling something.
You're feeling something.
That's kind of rough, Omri.
Go.
Okay. Okay. All right. You can call us anytime at that number, 855-939-1137, with your questions about money, finances, or anything on your mind, even politics.
Yes.
Hey, we're also live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and I think it actually works this week.
Yeah,
Yay!
Kimmy said it's working.
Yay! Please leave us a comment, say hello so we know you're watching. We see Kimmy is watching. Woo! I'm also here with my awesome co-host, Dr. Deb Anderson, and Omri Morad, known as the Immigrant. We also have our
sweet
producer, Glenn Page, ready to take your calls and put you on the air to discuss finances, real estate, the stock market, and even politics. So give us a call at
855-939-1137.
You have like really hairy
That's
knees.
855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
All right.
It's something in the show.
Can I just finish the last paragraph?
Yes, you should.
Okay, cool, thank you. The Larry Steinhouse Show is brought to you by Investor Schooling. At Investor Schooling, we teach you things about money I'll bet you never knew. We focus on practical learning, and we equip you with real-world life skills in real estate investing, stock options, tax-saving tips, and the secret to financial freedom. Our headquarters are right here in Bucks County, but our online courses teach eager investors all over the country. RSVP this week for a free class on Thursday at investorschooling.com. Okay, now, you can giggle and you can talk.
I want to know why the number is over my picture and not like the empty one.
Oh my God!
I'm serious. I think that's so not cool. You should, you
think it's rude, huh?
I do think it's incredibly rude because you're purposely blocking me. Out of all people, I'm the one people want to see.
Nobody wants to ever block you. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, and we need to change the color because it's white over some white. It's not that visible.
You don't like it at all, huh?
Maybe
now it's over Omri.
Maybe people don't call because of that.
It'll change.
Yeah.
People in Radio Land don't know what you're referring to.
I know.
Because
so for everybody online, we have this up on Facebook and YouTube also. But the call-in number, it says call in during the show. There you go. And it was completely covering and obscuring me, which you don't want to do. So if anything, we're going to obscure Omri
Dr.
instead.
Deb is much too important to obscure.
That's right. You can't obscure me.
How do you use a word like obscure?
What do you mean?
You must be a medical writer or something.
I tend to use some like nice bigger words sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, every now and then.
I don't understand big words.
No.
Yeah, if they have more than like 7 letters in them.
What was it? I said something to you yesterday.
What did you say? You use nice, bigger what?
Sometimes I use bigger words.
Words. Okay, sorry. I don't know.
Sorry.
No, but now she blocked me, so now I'm blocked. So I will do that. 1 second.
Do you want me to fix you now?
No, I'm good.
I could do that too.
I'm good. What are we talking about?
Why don't you put the
Okay,
Larry Steinhouse
I'll do
show?
that next. Okay, there you go.
Why don't you do
These
that?
guys are they're so obnoxious.
No, I'm fine with the
We just
numbers
said.
as the number more related to me. I'm fine with the number being under my face. It's
There you go.
completely fine.
You okay with it?
There you go. Is that good? That work for you?
What's up?
We were talking about your hairy knees. So Omri has his knee in my face, and his jeans are completely ripped, and I notice how
Okay,
incredibly
now-
hairy his knees are.
Now,
Larry, you
I
said-
think you'll like it. Give it a second to switch.
Larry, you
All right.
said
I
real
think
estate, you said politics. Nobody said about hairy body parts. What does she want from me?
What did you say?
Hairy body
Did
body
you say
parts.
hairy body parts?
Yes.
What does hairy body parts have to do with finances and
There you go. That's
That's
perfect.
exactly my point. I don't know. You do the intro, and she started to give comments about my hairy knees. Most
Your hairy
guys,
knees?
yeah, my hairy knees.
His hairy knee
Wait,
was
first
right
of all,
in my
it's
face.
winter.
She
Are you-
said
why
I
are
have
you-
a hairy
all right.
knees.
All right, you guys need to understand that Omri is wearing pants with ripped up pants, like ripped
The
in the
jeans
knees,
are completely
Yeah.
ripped.
like like the ones
knees
that
are
the
ripped up.
16-year-old teenagers wear.
Yeah.
Yes, those.
That's why I
yes.
feel so young. That's why I do so much
So
nonsense.
there's a point where you have to stop wearing 16 pants that 16-year-olds wear,
So what should I do with them?
and usually it's the girls that wear the ripped up pants, not the guys.
I'm very comfortable with my how do you say
Your femininity.
femininity.
Masculinity.
Feminine.
I am. I
Masculinity.
actually did a piercing
Oh
in
my
my
God.
belly button.
What are you doing?
So
Omri's like
far
disrobing.
we've had Debbie taking off her sweatshirt. That was before the show started. Debbie took off her sweatshirt, and Glenn couldn't find any good music to it.
Correct.
Now we got Omri picking up his shirt to show off his belly button.
His hairy
So,
belly button.
so for you guys who've never heard this show before,
This is about real estate,
it
actually.
is, right. It's about finances and real estate. Just so you know.
Yes.
I mean, I realize that we just have the most oddest show in the planet. I mean, and if you want to call in and become part of this, you can.
Yes. You can come from any crazy institute and immediately blend in at 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
So we had a fun week this week. We had
We
an
did.
investor schooling party.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was
actually.
fun,
That
right?
a lot
And
of
Glenn
fun,
was there,
actually.
We had so many people
and
there.
Kimmy was there,
Yes.
It was fun. It was a
and
good
we
time.
had
actually.
Gary Arnell was there from PhD. That was
Gary.
cool.
That's great.
Yeah, it was nice
great.
to meet
it was
him in
great.
person
It
for
was
the
actually
first time,
pretty
yeah.
wild. And then we had a bunch of other people from PhD too. That was kind of neat. And we had a whole bunch of
100%,
students there. So that was a lot of fun. Glenn,
Yes.
did you enjoy the party?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was great meeting everybody who I hadn't met before from the show. Lots of fun.
Yeah, it was neat.
Cool.
I thought it was a
Excellent.
nice time.
Yeah,
It was
we
a nice
definitely
time.
had fun.
Yeah. We got to
So
meet
if
your
you were a
girlfriend.
student, you could have gone to that party and you would have had a good time and you would have met Glenn.
And Frank.
The
and Gary.
sweet Glenn.
But if you want to come this week, you could also meet me. You can meet Omri, and you can meet Debbie. And Omri will read the phone number to you. In fact, isn't that funny that every time people come in, they want you to read the phone number?
So we are waiting for probably it's going to go under the budget of next year. There's going to be a private soundproofing room that you can go in with me. It will be before or after class, and I will whisper the number in your ear.
For a price.
How much? That sounds like.
It's
To
like
me,
a-
that sounds like something we can make a lot of money on.
I have no
It's like a
idea.
lap dance, but only Omri's saying
Yeah.
the phone number in your ear.
We,
There
we,
we go.
we have the signs.
Maybe we could have you dance around while you do the number. Then we,
We-
could charge more.
No. You're pushing it, and I want to make it absolutely clear that you have to be dressed to be in this room,
Wait, you have to be dressed in what room?
in the quiet room that I'm whispering the number in people's ears.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun.
So we are real estate.
Omri will do the lap dance while he sings it.
We can put a
I'm
poll
gonna,
there.
I'm going to change the
actually.
subject only because we have to.
No. But wait. Again, I'm sorry, I'm Jewish. How do the Christian call the booth that they talk to the priest? Right? There is
The confession booth?
yeah,
confession-
it's a divider, right?
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
We need to do
confession.
something like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, people will go and I will. What did you do? 855.
No, it'll be like this. It'll be Omri. I'd like to sin. Read me the phone number.
It will be. Again, I'm Jewish. I'm pretty sure
All I know is
it's very
I'm
inappropriate.
not cleaning the other side of the booth. Though.
I know.
That's fun.
Do you do it before or after the potato chip?
The what?
The potato chip.
What?
Again, I'm Jewish. There's the ceremony
Oh,
or
the
something.
potato chips. She's talking
The-
about the wafers, the communion.
Yeah, they go in
Communion
line
wafers,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
put the potato chip in.
You
the
know,
mouth.
I don't know if you know this, but we're Jewish too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we don't know about too much about this Catholic
No, I know,
Christian
but
stuff.
there are 2 or 3 people right now listening on the air, and I don't want to be insulted to anybody.
Huh?
And
All right.
basically my
Why
knowledge.
would you want to be insulting anybody? You should insult people.
I don't want to insult
It's
people.
fun to insult people.
I know you're very good at that.
Yeah, Larry's very good at it.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
a pro at it.
But you got to do it a certain way.
You should have a certificate.
You got to do it a certain way. You
Complete-
gotta
Larry
do
has
it-
a PhD. We're called
You-
Larry, Dr. Larry, in insulting people.
You gotta do it a certain
PHI.
Yeah.
PHI.
Insulting.
There you go.
You definitely got to do it a certain way.
Okay.
All right. So, you know what I want to talk about? It's kind of a weird thing.
Okay.
Uh,
Real
Kim-
estate? Oh my
Kimmy
god.
says,
Get
"Get
the
the
fizz
fizz with
with
Omri."
Omri.
Oh my goodness! All right. So I want to talk about this because we're
Okay.
kind of on the subject anyway.
Sure.
I want to talk about Christmas. All right.
Okay.
Now I want to ask you guys something. And I want to ask the audience too. Maybe you guys could call in and talk to us about this too. Have you noticed that since COVID, Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas anymore? I mean, like I realize we're Jewish, but at the same time, I mean, you know, it's Christmas time is what we're talking about, right?
Okay.
So like the whole holiday spirit, Santa Claus at the mall, you know, going shopping.
It's not as much fun as it used to.
No, it seems like
Now it's like a chore now. Now it's more of
I
a
was
chore.
pretty sure it's
but
because
it's even
we
a chore. I mean, I don't even know if I don't even feel like it's December anymore. Right? You know, December. The big thing about December is you look forward to Christmas. You look forward to getting together with family. You know, you bought presents. Even if it was obligatory, you still bought presents.
I was
just
pretty-
I don't feel like there's anything here now.
So you actually you blow my mind right now because I was pretty sure. You know, I came here in 2018, 2019, and the first Christmas or two were a blast. They were great.
Right.
And now it's very different. But
Right.
I was pretty sure it's normal. Now what you say made me believe that it was always
No,
a big
It was
thing.
always a big thing. Yeah, it was. always a
And
big
now,
thing.
yeah, and now something changed.
Now I'm very happy. I was actually invited to my son and my daughter-in-law's house for Christmas Eve dinner. So they're doing a Christmas Eve dinner thing, and I'm very excited about it. Only because it's like the first time I've been invited to a Christmas Eve dinner in years.
Okay.
You know, like I mean, hopefully it'll be a lot of fun, whatever. But it's just so weird that it's not like the Christmas spirit's just not here anymore.
So
I mean, I don't.
We have a tradition of buying, and we usually do it at noon because there's usually a 3 to 4 hour wait. We always get Chinese on Christmas.
Yeah.
So before
Oh, that's funny.
COVID, we always used to go into the Chinese store and we would get dinner. You know what I
Right.
mean? And if we waited an hour, we waited an hour because that was the tradition of waiting to go get Chinese on Christmas because we're Jews, we don't really care. So, but now the place that we always go to, they never. I don't want to say they didn't recover, but they never started serving in house again since COVID.
Oh, they're only doing
Now they only do takeout, and their food is really good.
Yeah.
So we usually order by 12 or 12:30, and we'll pick it up by 4 or 4:30 or sometimes 5 because there's always this huge wait. And it's a big thing that on Christmas night we always have,
You have Chinese food. Yeah,
We
that
have
makes
Chinese,
sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's either Christmas or New Year's Eve that Chinese food is the big food.
So knowing you have a theory. I'm pretty sure you have a theory already.
It's not a theory. It's
Why
kind
do
of-
you think?
It just no. So I mean, I have a theory. There's no doubt, but that's not really what I brought it up for. The reason I brought it up is just I just want to know if everybody else feeling the same way. If you're calling, if you listen to the show, what's the phone number?
855-939-1137. Call and tell the 3 Jewish people why you don't feel like Christmas at 855-939-1137.
It's funny.
It's
So-
totally the accent, Omri. You know that, right?
It could be.
It's the accent. I'm
It
telling you, it's
could
the
be.
accent.
Okay.
'cause,
Of course, it's the
it's
accent.
the accent. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
But
So-
it was when Diego did it. It wasn't as good though. It must be the Israeli
No,
accent.
it's got to be
Diego?
it's definitely.
Yeah, Diego was here the one time. and-
Diego was one of our students
our
who
students.
has
Diego.
I guess it's a Spanish accent.
Yeah, he's Hispanic, so his
Right.
accent it was alright, but it wasn't.
It was good. It just wasn't as good as you.
It just wasn't as good as
Yeah,
you.
Okay.
the Israeli accent. I don't know, man. It's something,
Something
to
about it. Yeah, something
It's
to
almost like a French accent.
Or Irish would be
Vivek!
cool. Maybe if there's anybody who's Irish who could call in with the Irish. Oh, that would be
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Anybody
Irish or English? Oh my God, that'd be fantastic.
Anybody want to call in and give and speak the phone number in a
What
in
are
a
we giving?
Sexy accent. Well, I'm going to give away a book.
Okay, sure.
All right, what are we going to do? We're going to give away a book. If you call in with the phone number, here you go. Call in, read the phone number in a sexy way, and you can have my book. My book is called Money Hacks. The subtitle of my book is Because Everything You Think You Know About Money Is Wrong. It's a best-selling book in Los Angeles Tribune. So it's actually a really great book, and everybody who reads it loves it. So if you want to call in, at the phone number is
855-939-1137. You know how you knew
do it
that
again.
What?
Do it a couple
number.
times.
The number.
That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
What are you doing?
That's
Can we-
855.
Can we step up the sexiness quotient? I feel like he's lagging.
Yeah, he's not.
What?
You should see. He doesn't look. He doesn't
phoning
look.
it in.
No, I
Wait.
started the
Stand-
story and
Hold on,
somebody
stand up.
stopped
Stand
me.
up. Stand up.
Me? Who?
Stand up.
Okay,
Stand up.
but the mic.
No, I know, but stand up and bend over into the microphone.
I'm not going to do that.
Then you'll be able to do it really sexy.
And bend over into the microphone.
Bend
What is
over
that?
to the
But
microphone.
The microphone's lower if you stand up, right?
You know, I don't even know how to respond to that
So
one.
we really need a sexual harassment seminar also for the radio.
We need to do what?
A sexual harassment seminar also for the radio.
Sexual harassment. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
No, I want to talk about the book for a second,
Okay.
but I tell you what, we were in a convention in Vegas. I think it was 4 days
Yeah.
last week. And it was great, and we had fun. And there was a book signing event, and I think on day 2. And we gave, I don't know what, 50 books, 30
Yeah, something
books,
like that,
whatever.
yeah.
We gave 50 books. The next day, all the people took the book, went up to the room, and I don't know, they read a chapter or two. Everybody, the next day, they came down to the seminar, and they were looking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all said the book was great.
They wanted to hear more.
Yeah.
Because the title is intriguing. It's like, everything you know about money is wrong. Really? I don't know anything about money? And then people are coming, they start to read that, they come back and they said, okay, apparently I don't know much.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's funny because most people take money advice from
Poor
from who?
people.
From poor people, exactly.
From poor people.
Because most of the people we know are poor, right?
Mhm.
And when I say, I mean, there's
They're
poor.
not poor. No.
There's poor, and then there's middle class, right?
They're not wealthy.
And well, not wealthy, right? So middle class
Yeah.
is pretty much. So we're getting our advice from middle class people or lower middle class people, right?
Yeah.
Maybe people. And look, there's nothing wrong with any of these people, right? I mean, like I picture poor people with no money, no food, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably not who we're getting advice from. We're getting advice from the people who, they basically live paycheck to paycheck, or they maybe they work at a radio station, doing moving the sliders up and down.
They don't.
I was messing with Glenn.
I
He-
know. I'm like, that's why I was laughing.
That's why we
Glenn,
ignored.
You
We
need to
ignored.
come here and hit him in the head. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
not nice.
Right.
Because you are that sweet.
So we keep trying to tell Glenn to buy properties so he doesn't have to do this because he has to do it, because he could do it so he likes to do it.
You need to understand it's not for everybody.
What's
I
not
get
for-
it.
Making money?
No, it's not making money. It's more. Not everybody has the mental ability to deal with it on an everyday basis.
That's true.
I looked at my parents all my life in a judgmental way. All my life. I was 12. So in the small towns in Israel, what called
Kibbutz?
villages? No. So there is kibbutz and there is moshav. Moshav, it's like a village.
All right.
The kids of the founders, of the parents, they get lots to build homes for themselves.
All right.
So the community will stay. So the kids will stay in the village.
All right.
So they get lots. They get normally it's part of the farm that they take out. They bring a planter to there and they give, I don't know, each child a quarter of an acre and they build their own house and
Wow.
they stay part of the community.
What?
Many people from the big towns, by the way, judge that because nobody give them anything for free, right? But it is what it is. And you look at those things, and it's great. When I was 12, I went to my parents and I said, it was my mother's sister. She had a lot, and she didn't want to build her. And I came to my parents and said, "You should do it. You should do it. Go take this lot and let's build a house there, and it will be great in few years and all that." I think a house there costs right now like $2 million if you compare to dollars, $2 million. And my parents couldn't do it. My parents couldn't sell our apartment. Their apartment where they live right until this day, sell it and move to something greater or maybe to them
Take
it's
the
not
opportunity,
greater.
right, take the
Exactly.
opportunity, right,
Not everybody can do it.
Right.
And sometimes for us,
So you
for
know why they can't do it?
entrepreneur-
Because they're afraid.
Yeah.
It's all fear.
I think it's fear, but it's also they don't know any better. So, and
Yeah.
the reason I say is because my
Mhm.
parents were immigrants. They
Mhm.
they didn't have great jobs or anything. And I remember my dad staying with me for a couple months, and I was working, and I actually had somebody working for me because I had so much work, I needed help. And she's like, I remember him coming to me. He's like, "You're working for her?" I said, "No, it's my business, and she's working for me." And he was just like, "Oh, somebody's working for you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how that works." You know what I mean? Then he was just very surprised because he just had that, you get a job, you stay at a job, and you do what they say, no matter what they say, you do it. and he just had that mentality, and that's what he kind of drilled into us.
A lot of people do, and a lot of people are scared. Anyway, we got Ellie on the phone, and she's gonna say the phone number in a sexy voice.
Ooh.
So let's go.
There we go. Come on.
Okay. 855-939-1137.
I'm sorry, that's 1137, ma'am.
So I remember when I used to call those sex lines. That's exactly what the voice sounded like.
Did you do that a lot, Larry? I'm not surprised.
Do I win?
You absolutely.
Absolutely, you get a book.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But you had a real estate question too, right?
Yes. My friend put a down payment on a house in New Jersey. It was a senior division or complex. And for 6 months, they kept playing games. They're like the complex said they had to do something, and they didn't accomplish it. And they said, well, we need another month, or we need another 2 months. And that went on for about 6 months. And after 6 months, they said to her, well, we feel we can get more money. It was a buy-as-is house. And apparently... anyhow, they decided that they weren't going to sell it to her because they said they could make more money. So she invested over $2,000. And her realtor asked the seller's realtor if they would give her the $2,000 back. And they said no, but they're the ones that canceled it.
Wait, I have a question first.
Yeah.
Did she sign anything with them when she gave them the 2,000?
I agree. That was just my question too. Was it under contract?
I believe she did, but I'm not sure.
I
So
always
she
hate
need
these
to read-
I hate these third-party conversations.
She already packed, and she was ready to leave within a month after,
So if she want,
I assume she signed.
if she want to call us, I think we'll be very, very happy to, let's say, diagnose this situation for her. But the thing is, the thing is that when we, for example, ask for deposit from, I'm sorry, Debbie is very hungry. But
Omri brought food in the studio, which I hate when he brings food
for
in the studio.
before the show, I arrived here.
Now he's handing the food to Debbie because Debbie's like, Debbie's taking this opportunity to eat the food while Omri's talking to this nice woman on the phone who's got the sexy voice. And what are you guys doing, right?
And then she said
you totally derailed the whole conversation.
And then she said,
you were actually saying something intelligent for a change.
Oh my God, are you real? The master of insulting. So
I said you were saying something intelligent. Why is that an insult?
Every time, Ellie, every time we rent a place, we always ask for a deposit to show for the person.
Wasn't
wait.
This was a sale. This was to buy it.
I understand. It doesn't matter. I just use it as an example.
Okay.
When a person wants to show that they're serious, you want them to put money down. It doesn't matter if it's for a sale or for rent. You want to show you're serious, you put some money down. I'm interested. Here's my deposit. This is how I show that I'm serious. You never give money without getting something in return. A receipt, a contract, whatever. Here, you tell a $2,000, I'm pretty sure she got something. Whatever she got something. And if it's non-refundable, there must be a reason for it to be non-refundable.
So it's even bigger than this. If she had this under contract and the seller kept delaying it. Go ahead.
A family inherited it, and I think there was issues with the kids, fighting over what to do and so forth.
Which kids?
That's what I understand
So
from
she was
what
buying
you
it from an
saying.
estate. The person was buying it from it. But here's the deal. So if they held up the closing, then she could sue them for specific performance and any losses that she had. Now, this could be huge losses because she really wanted this house. This is her house she always wanted. So there could be huge losses. But the problem is she didn't do anything about it. I mean, how long ago was this?
Within a month.
So, yeah, you know what you should do? Have her call me. Have her call this number, the 855-939-1137 number. Have her call during the week. Tell me who she is. And I will see.
Okay.
I will get the details down.
The same number or different?
Yeah, it goes to my cell phone
number?
during the week when we're not on the radio. It goes to my cell phone, and she could tell me the story. And if I can help her, I'll help her. I might refer her to an attorney I know.
Okay.
But here's the deal: if she had it under contract and the seller held it up, not only do they have to give a refund of the $2,000. Yeah, not only do they have to give a refund of $2,000, they also may be liable for any losses that your friend had.
Maybe she's still entitled
Right.
for the house, and
Yeah.
she don't know.
She's under contract. If they haven't sold to somebody else, she could buy it for the price they
Even
said.
if they sold it to somebody else and they did it with her on a contract, I don't know how they will get out of that.
So they're gonna have to pay her. They're gonna have to pay her something to get out to keep her off the title.
I guess, right?
Yeah. All right.
So
Well, I kept telling her to go to a lawyer, but she said it probably would cost her the same thing. So
No,
she still would come
absolutely
out
not.
zero.
Have her call me. I'm free.
Okay,
right, and I'll
so
give her some
this
advice.
Number or a different number?
Yeah, the
this
855 number.
The same number you called.
Yeah, the number
Okay.
you called, 855-939-1137. All right. All right, Ellie,
Okay,
we
her
appreciate
name
you,
is-
but don't
her
go
name is
anywhere. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, her name is Fiona.
One more time.
Fiona. Her name is Fiona. She's
Okay,
selling,
Fiona.
her name
Okay,
is
great.
Fiona.
Okay. All right. So, Ellie, stay on the line. Glenn's going to get your address so we can send you a book. And thank you for
Oh,
calling.
wonderful.
We totally appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your services.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. All right. You ready, Omri? Give the phone number one more time.
That's 855-939.
He's staring right at me while he's doing it. Come on, Omri.
1137.
Do it. Do it.
Wait, can't you? Can't you?
855-939-1137.
There we go.
855-939-1137.
I know you're not into it anymore. I think. I think that's the problem. You're just
He
not
was
into
just-
it
He
anymore.
was just doing it sexy, staring right at me. Come on.
Ooh,
You're staring right at you.
Look at Debbie. I don't
Come on,
know.
look at
Yeah,
me. I
she
look
looked
good
turned
today.
on.
I look good today.
Your husband will kill me one day just
Why?
because of all the things that's going on in the studio here.
Just because of what?
And I love him. I'm
We
very
joke. He knows we
afraid.
joke around all the time. He knows we joke around.
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Really. There you go. All right. So
It's amazing. How can it be that a person? I'm not judging. I'm sorry. How can it be that a person will give $2,000 cash, check, whatever, and don't get anything in return?
Well,
because maybe she did get something in return here, but we do hear the stories about people that give money up front, don't get any receipt, anything else. We hear those stories with people putting money into funds, into all that, and they don't get anything in return.
Look, you know, the average person, especially when it comes to money, they're not that educated, and I don't mean to insult them, but something like this, they hand $2,000, and if there wasn't a contract, maybe there wasn't a real estate agent involved, maybe there wasn't a lawyer involved. She gave them $2,000. This person took the $2,000 and gave them no guarantee of anything.
Yeah,
which is fraud. But here's the other thing too. I mean, I come across a couple of friends of mine got involved in a deal that was pure fraud. They basically stole these guys' money, my friend's money. And I'm like, look, call the DA. They called the DA, and the DA said, look, we got no proof. We can't charge these people, which means there's a lot of fraud out there now that, unless they have absolute solid proof, they're not even gonna do anything with it.
and apparently the crooks know how to take advantage of that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at the camera right now, the camera view, and for the first time I can see that I lost weight.
Okay.
I feel good.
You look good.
Oh, thank you, man.
But I tell you what.
What?
You know why?
What?
Because I convinced you to go for a walk in Vegas last week.
That's why?
I'm pretty sure.
Just because you can make me go for a walk.
We need to.
So it has nothing to do with me getting on elliptical for the last month?
No. It's not the elliptical. I will go with that. I'm just saying it's not all the crazy food and the injection and all that. When we move ourselves, okay, we immediately see the effect.
I know. That's why I like it when you read the phone number.
I was a cop. What moves when I read the phone number?
Well, if you haven't figured that out yet, you need to watch some Seinfeld episodes, some old Seinfeld episodes.
Oh my God, that was funny.
I think we hired Debbie just to laugh at us.
I know.
There's nothing better than when we make a joke and Debbie laughs, right? That's what makes our day. All right.
Debbie!
So should we go? So
we should go for a commercial
So
break.
before we go for commercial break, what do you want to talk about on the other side of the commercial? Because we're like all over the place here.
I don't know. But if you're intrigued as me to know what we are talking about after, you're welcome and you should wait.
Why don't we talk about rentals when we get back on the other side?
Please.
And we'll talk about how difficult it is to rent places at the moment.
And in the meantime, you're welcome to call, and our sweet producer Glenn will put you on the line. So call us at 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
Who are you waving at?
I don't know what's going on here.
Larry's
Commercial
over here
break.
waving.
Commercial.
There's nobody here.
I was
Commercial.
waving at somebody walking by the studio.
This is
That's
Larry
all.
Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. You know when the best time to buy
You're clear.
properties is? It's now. It's always now. You just need to learn how to buy them correctly. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a
goodness.
complimentary
My
class this
All right,
Thursday
put
night
this
and
away from
learn
me,
how to
otherwise
buy
I'm gonna eat
investment
more.
properties.
Why
and
you
make
ask for
money
it?
I
every
ate one.
time.
I'm good
That's
now.
right. That's what we teach.
gluten
We teach
one?
how to buy investment properties and
What
make
did you
money
say, you
every
gluten
time.
now?
Go to
No, I said I ate
investorschooling.com
one
and
already. I'm
RSVP
good now.
right now. Take a class this Thursday
not
night at
gluten-free.
7
I
o'clock.
can eat-
That's
I don't have a problem with
investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Don't go through life ignorant about how to become a millionaire. Learn how to invest in real estate, the stock market, precious metals, and learn from an expert. At Investor Schooling, we teach these things and more. We only provide education, and we will teach you
I
how
had to
to
mute your
leverage
microphone while
real
you were
estate,
eating.
how to leverage the stock
That's
market,
really-
and
It's like
how
I
to
hear the
leverage
chewing.
precious metals
I'm sorry.
to make
I was
more
trying
money
to
than
put
you've
this
ever
away
made
from me, I
before.
thought.
Go to investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. We
You
will
guys
see
have like
there.
10,000 pounds of
Investorschooling.com.
leftovers?
That's
Oh my
Investor
God!
Schooling.
Yeah, we
we
have-
have so
oh my
much,
God.
so much.
Yeah.
What's
This is Larry
inside the
Steinhouse
olive?
with Investor Schooling. Are you ready for
forget.
retirement? Have you prepared everything
You don't
need?
like
I
olives?
think it's
Well,
cheese.
Investor
I
Schooling
love
teaches you
olives.
ways to better
I
prepare
think
for
it's
your
cheese.
retirement.
Talking about all the
Real
leftovers.
estate
I know, I think
stock
it's,
market. But
it's
you need
garlic,
to learn
but
how to
it's
do
really
it right,
dried
and
or
that's what
something.
we teach.
Oh, I
At
don't
Investor
remember.
Schooling, we
I
sell
bought it-
I
nothing
love
but
it.
education.
I bought it like
Come
a
to
week ago.
Investor
I don't
Schooling
remember
and
what it
learn
was.
how to
It's
have a
horrible.
better retirement. Go to investorschooling.com and RSVP right now for this Thursday's class at 7 o'clock. Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. You may know me from my book, Money Hacks. You may know me from my radio shows. And you may even know me from some of these commercials. But listen, I'm teaching stuff that people need to learn about money. In fact, my favorite topic is money. So go to investorschooling.com and you will learn things about money
say?
that you
What are you
never
looking at?
even knew existed. We will teach you things about real estate, about the stock market, and about how to use your IRAs properly. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That's
Is 30
investorschooling.com.
seconds good, Larry?
Yeah, sure.
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Do you know when the best time to buy investment properties
You
is?
just double
It's
dipped.
now. It's always now. You just need to learn how to buy them correctly.
I'm
Go to
over here
That's
double
like
dipping.
putting your whole face
Sign
in
up
the
for a
dip.
He's
complimentary
double
class this
dipping over
Thursday
here.
night and learn how to buy investment
For what?
properties
It's-
and make
it's like
money
a-
What, Fred?
every time.
At least
That's
I'm
right.
not
That's what we
teabagging.
teach. We teach how to buy investment properties and make money every time. Go to
Where does teabagging come in
investorschooling.com and
from?
RSVP right now. Take a class this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That's investorschooling.com.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Larry Steinhouse Show. So while we were on commercial, Omri was eating more of the food that's in the studio that we should not have in the studio.
No, we shouldn't.
And Debbie was really upset because he was double dipping.
He is double dipping.
He was double dipping.
Double
So you were taking a piece of
dipping.
the pita bread, and you were dipping it into the
No, it was
artichoke.
the
Cucumber.
It was the cucumber.
The cucumber.
It's the cucumber.
The cucumber. So
he's
he
double
took a piece of the
dipping the
cucumber, right? And he dipped it into the artichoke dip, and then he took a bite, and then he dipped it again.
You
There's a
sipped,
whole Seinfeld episode
you
about that.
sipped,
Do you
you
remember
sipped
that?
from my coffee yesterday. I didn't complain at all.
Well, that's because you didn't come. You were half an hour late.
Yeah, I know, but I said I'm late.
You were half an hour late
You
to the
didn't
meeting.
say you didn't say you were
So
coming
about
late. You
15
forgot
minutes
to send
into the
message.
meeting-
I forgot to send
You
a message.
forgot, so nobody knew you were coming late
Okay.
because you
Yeah.
forgot. He had it on his phone and he never hit send. And he's like, "Why'd you get me coffee?" I'm like, "Because I usually do." He's like, "But I told you not to get me." And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh, and he
I
didn't
forgot.
even want the coffee.
He's because he said not to get it, but he never
15
sent the
minutes
message.
after
My
Omri's late to the
point
meeting.
is, the whole double dipping and all those things, they are a bit crazy. Okay, when you go to a bar and you take peanuts from the small bowl,
Yeah, right.
right?
Do they
You
really
know
do that
that someone
anymore?
urined on them, right? You still eat the peanuts.
What did you say? I mean, I understand if somebody used their hands in the jar, which is where I thought you were going.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I'm pretty sure no one urined in them.
Urined?
I didn't say
That's what he said. He said
I
urine.
didn't say intentionally. I'm saying that you know that in this bowl with the peanuts, with the peanuts, there is basically every germ on earth. You still take your hand, put it in there, and put those peanuts in your mouth.
I don't.
Why don't you?
Who has
Nobody-
peanuts anymore on the bar?
When was the last time you were sick?
Nobody does that anymore.
I was gonna say
People
nobody
don't-
does peanuts on the bar anymore.
I know. That's
Yeah,
why
don't
bars
do that.
stink now.
Yeah,
What do
but
you mean you
nobody-
don't put peanuts
Every
in the
time
bar?
we go to the bar, the one we go to after the show sometimes, like, they don't have peanuts on the
We
bar.
never sit on the bar.
Yeah.
We sit in a table.
Yeah, but once or twice we sat at the bar and they don't have peanuts on the table.
It's so sad.
You go to an old man bar out in Wisconsin on some back road in the middle of nowhere. Maybe there.
Maybe there they'll have, peanuts and
But
pretzels.
nobody-
and
yeah.
God only knows what else is in
Even
there.
before COVID.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I love it when there's a sexy woman next to me who's eating peanuts out of a jar. I can't wait to put my hands in there.
Ooh,
I
especially
don't even know how to respond to that. Like, I truly don't know how to respond
I know,
to
but it
that.
makes Glenn laugh.
again. We talked about that. It's boundaries.
You want to have this boundary conversation on the air?
Did we say we were going to talk about renters? And
Yes, rentals.
I'm like, what happened?
Rentals.
What,
Rentals.
Glenn,
But
what
this
has happened to
conversation
this
is so
show?
much more exciting.
Glenn, what has happened to the show? I mean,
it's-
I just can't believe that we do this.
You know
Well, you
what?
said it's,
That's the best thing about being an entrepreneur. Because yes, I'm worried about the situation with rentals right now, but I'm still somehow
Having a
not
good time?
so worried exactly, so I can allow myself to have good
Right,
good
that's
time
true. Right.
on the air with my two best friends
Isn't that
and
awesome?
have fun. It's awesome.
Right. So and that's actually a great advertisement to become
For
an entrepreneur.
investor schooling.
Yeah, and also for investor school, of course.
Exactly.
But to become an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Because you just have a good time.
Yeah,
You know, and you're gonna have ups and downs. Like, hey, have you guys ever gone through the point where you think the world's coming to an end financially?
Yes.
Once a week, right?
Maybe not the week,
Hmm.
but I think the whole time I was working on Monroe.
Oh, Monroe, yeah.
Yeah, I was a wreck.
So entrepreneurs go through, hey, I'm a multimillionaire to I have no money to I'm a multimillionaire. And it doesn't matter what you are. You just keep thinking that.
Yeah.
It's the hurricane weekend in Tampa.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
I was pretty sure I'm waking up in the morning to a sea of problems.
Right. Literally a sea of problems.
A sea of problem, literally, and it
Right.
wasn't
So what
that.
he's talking about is Omri and I own a mobile home park
Yeah.
in Florida, and when the hurricane came in, we
The
expected,
second one, actually, the first
the
one
first
we
wasn't
knew
so
will
bad.
be bad. It actually,
Right.
for us, it was worse than the second one.
Right.
Helene for us was worse than
Right.
Milton.
But the second one brought the trees down.
Brought the
But
trees
anyway,
down.
so we,
yeah.
we expected the day before, we were actually talking about what we were going to do with the land.
with this piece of land.
with the land, because we figured by then,
Not-
figured that we were going to wake up in the morning and all the mobile homes were going to be floating
Every-
around, crashing into each other, and be gone.
Because everybody said it's a storm that comes once every 100 years.
Right.
And we said, okay,
So
let's
when-
start to
You know
spread-
when they say that, I don't know if you ever know this, but
Yeah.
when they say that it's a 100-year storm or a storm that comes every 100 years,
Yeah.
what they mean is that every year you have a chance of having that storm that comes once in 100 years. It's not like a...
I get it, but the
Well,
statistic is
the-
that it comes every 100
No,
years.
Right.
the reality is, it's like everything else. The news likes to sensationalize
Yeah, they
everything
overinflate it.
out there.
They overinflate
Which
the
is
news,
why we couldn't go anywhere during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you wake up in the morning now and the news says high wind advisory. High wind advisory. Who cares?
What is high wind
It means
advisory?
that you
gonna be
might
windy.
get blown away by the wind. That's not what it really means, but that's what interpreted. It's interpreted, right? It's interpreted. Small children and animals shouldn't go outside because of the wind. When who cares? It's just another windy day, like it has been the last 100, 200, 300 thousands of years.
It used
It's
to
just
be-
a windy day.
It used to be for drivers to know that the car can shift, right, in
Even
open
that-
area
That's like
bridges.
Even
more
that.
like on a big bridge or something.
It's like now people don't want to go outside because it's too cold. It's a frostbite season. Stop talking about it. People know if they go outside and it's cold, they know to put gloves on.
Yeah.
And if they don't, your frostbite warning isn't going to keep them from not putting gloves on.
You know, I'm a big Top Gear enthusiast. I'm a very big Top Gear enthusiast.
Yes.
And Jeremy
Good shit.
Clarkson, who's the host, he liked to say,
Top-
"Stop telling me when it's too hot." He said about the summer. He said every time the news telling him that it's too
Yeah,
hot.
right.
Stop telling me when it's too hot. I know when it's too hot. It's because I'm sweating and I need a glass of wine. Leave me alone. And it's just hysterical.
Right, and that's what's happening.
It's
so
hysterical.
that's basically what happens. That's what's happening with everything out there.
It's
That's what
because
happened
they-
with the election.
Yeah.
That's what happened with and that, I saw Elon Musk the other day on Twitter or X, right?
Yeah.
He said, "You are the media now." So his tweet was, "You are the media now," and he is so great. he is absolutely correct that you are the media now. Everything you post on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter is now is the media. There's no longer the Channel 7 News, which is just repeating the news that they've heard somewhere else.
I know.
There's no news. There's nobody doing investigative reporting anymore. Now there's people actually going out there and finding things out.
There is, but it doesn't call the news anymore. It's
Right.
called documentary shows.
Right. Or
The documentary shows are
Twitter.
great.
Or X, whatever. I can't get out of calling it Twitter.
The system or the news or call it, it's only to draw fear into the people.
That's
and
right.
That's a few days. It appeared to me. I still sometimes, especially after October 7, don't laugh at me. Especially after what happened on October 7.
No, that's not a funny thing to laugh about.
No, of course not.
we were looking
and
at
I'm just
something
saying, immediately after October 7, I watched the Israeli media. And the Israeli media say that at that time, the best place for the Jewish people is still in the state in Israel. And I called my parents, and I called friends, and I said, do you really still feel that way? And they said yes. And I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. But if the media say that, right, you have to believe because the media is saying that.
Did you hear that? And again, I guess this isn't news, but Trump said that he said something to Hamas and said, release the prisoners before I get into office.
He threatened. That's his tactic. That's his way. He said to he didn't say Hamas. I think he said the terror organization. He said you will release the hostage, or there will be horror or something when I will go into office. That's what he said.
Before I get into office.
Yeah, exactly.
Consequences.
And that's his tactic. And I hope it will work.
Yeah.
I really do hope it will work.
All right, and I'm actually surprised it hasn't already. But I told you both wars will be ended within 3 months of him becoming president.
He's not here to play games. I hope so.
No, he doesn't play games.
There is a huge difference between a president that I'm sorry. I'm going aside for a second.
Go ahead.
There was an interview with Bill Clinton, and they even translate it to Hebrew. When you hear the point of view of Bill Clinton, and you see of what happened with the Biden administration, you saw how badly the Democrat Party shifted during the years. And it's not that many years, right?
No.
It's not that many years. What is it, 20 years we're talking about?
You know Bill Clinton is my second favorite president?
Listen.
Isn't that weird?
You know that he was a good friend.
Was he a Democrat?
Yeah, he is a Democrat, and he was a very good friend with Donald Trump. They were playing golf together. He had his golf set in Donald Trump, how do you say, golf course?
Okay.
Golf field, I guess, in Florida.
Yeah.
And he said the day he moved the his golf set from there was the day that Trump called the Mexican immigrants, I don't know, he used a very bad word, said that everybody that crossed the border is rapes, or I don't know if it's actually what he said.
Criminals? I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. But what he said that's the day he took the golf set from there. But it's amazing to me that you see how the Democrat Party behave like now or even during Biden administration to Trump,
right,
in a very ignorant way,
right,
while a person like Bill Clinton count him back then as a friend.
The funny part is I can't stand Hillary Clinton, but I really like Bill Clinton.
I know.
And you know, Kimmy's talking about Reagan and Iran, and interesting she's saying talking online. But interestingly enough, Reagan is my third favorite president.
So Reagan was in the White House while the Iranian riots took over the embassy.
I believe so.
It was him.
Yeah, I don't remember my history that well.
Okay.
But whatever it was all good stuff. Reagan was good. Clinton was good. Trump was fantastic. Obama was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't do what I hoped he would do.
Yeah.
Which was bring, racial tension to zero. He made it worse. I don't know how he did it, but he made it worse. I mean, I could give you examples of how he did it, but like why he did it instead of bringing races together, he didn't do it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Now, I believe that Trump will do it. There'll be no. Did you notice one thing about this election? I've noticed that in the last, 10 elections maybe,
the race card
The
was
race car
drawn
was right, and it was always
all
a riot.
the
There was
time.
always riots.
Exactly.
Before. This
yeah, but
time
with
there
Kamala,
were none.
with Kamala running, there was definitely that race card there.
Well, there was the race car with her being black, which she's not anyway. But she did that. But she didn't do it like there wasn't race riots. There wasn't, you have to vote for me because I'm black. Except Obama came out and said that. But it's not the same. It was just very different. In fact, that's part of why they lost. Well, I mean, they lost for so many reasons. But part of why they lost is because they brought that up instead of bringing up important things. Now,
I think what you're talking about is the difference between not talking about racism, to take racism and try to correct it. How do you call that in English? That you say that this job is only for an immigrant or a black person?
Yeah, equal opportunity employment or equal. Yeah.
I don't know if it's employment, but the thing is, they try to correct something.
Mm-hmm.
When you try to correct it and you don't let it go away by itself, what I see right now is that it creates more racism.
Absolutely.
When you go for a job interview and you are maybe yes, maybe no, the better candidate, but the employer can't hire you.
Well, the employer,
because he has to
the
put
employer is told you have to hire a black person for this job, which
yes,
is completely racist
exactly
and wrong.
What happened to this white person that just go home right now because he didn't get the job? What does he feel about black person
It
or
doesn't even matter.
Mexicans?
Why
Does he feel?
Why did the white person even go for the job interview? Why don't you just advertise? This is for black people only. My boss said this for black people only.
That's
why
discrimination.
Why fool people and say, oh no, it's for everybody, but we're an equal opportunity employee. But my boss says we don't have enough black people working for us, so we have to hire black. Just put it in there. Why lie?
Best sign ever after Floyd. The best sign ever was in Newtown, and it spread all over Newtown. Okay, they took the Black Lives Matter, they put an X on the word black, and they put all.
Yeah, all lives matter. Right.
All lives matter.
Right.
And everybody did it.
Yeah, not everybody did it.
I'm pretty sure it started.
Yeah, people were insulted by that, which doesn't make any sense.
Why it's insulting? All life matter. How can all life matter is insulting?
I agree.
It's everybody. It's
Absolutely.
white people, black people, cats, dogs. Who cares?
Right, exactly. So no more. So I mean, I don't look. When I was a kid, I saw racial divide. I saw racial divide in school. Now I don't even. It's like I don't even think about it when I talk to somebody. I don't care who you are, what color you are. I'm just having a conversation with you. It's so different now, and people just try to keep racism alive, and racism is dead. Racism is absolutely dead. And if you're listening now and you want to chime in about this, go right ahead. But there are people who are just.
I don't know if I agree with you. Like, I don't think racism. Yeah, I don't think racism is dead. I think it's still very much alive.
I think it's more alive in the Democrats' minds than it is anywhere else.
No, I think that like, this is so politically incorrect, but I think that some of the black people I know teach their kids about how they're black and how other people are not black. Because I've seen it firsthand.
Right, so that's racism.
That's racism.
Right,
So we do the same with our
right.
kids because
but
our
you
kids
see
are
what's
Jewish?
happening, right? What's happening
No,
is
I mean,
because they
so-
do that. Because they do that, they keep racism alive.
Right. So when my kids were little, like I had to deal with this mother and this irate, idiotic, stupid father, and they just happened to be black, and they told my kid that she was racist, and I'm like, I don't teach my kids that. She was friends with you, and her best friend was a little black girl. So I'm like, don't tell me I'm teaching you racism, but why is this even coming up? Because you clearly are teaching your kid about, oh, she's white and I'm black. I'm like, so it was just like,
Right.
so I
That's
really
exactly
think,
right.
yeah,
It's gone
so
the other way.
It's gone
the
the other
pendulum
way.
swung the other way.
Yeah.
And it's really, it's terrible.
It's very frustrating.
It's terrible. All right. Anyway, we got 10 minutes left of the show, and I don't think we talked about anything
We promise
that has to
you.
do with money, finances, real estate, or
Well,
the
we
stock
did. We
market.
talked about entrepreneurship.
We did. Okay. a
Yeah,
little
we
bit.
did.
We
talked about
promise
entrepreneurship.
you that at the beginning of the next hour, we will talk about rentals because we really need to discuss it. It's actually very intriguing what's going on in the rental market right now.
Intriguing.
So why
Okay,
don't
that's a big
intriguing.
We
one.
got some time. Let's talk about it. So the reason I brought that up before we went to the commercial is I'm noticing it's so hard to get people to respond to rental ads now. It's the weirdest
I'm
thing.
having a little trouble too. Yeah.
So, and I've never had this trouble before. Like, I put out rental ads, 20 calls in an hour,
So
and I have it rented right away.
you go a bit, you went a bit back, and I tell you why. You don't say it's hard to rent a place right now. You said it's hard to get response from people. and I blame
Right.
I blame COVID. You know that.
Yep.
I said it many times before. Some people that I don't know, apparently they are not human, don't need the social interaction.
Right.
And they really like the fact that we don't need to interact with each other.
That was before COVID, though.
And no,
Oh, yeah.
not that way. No.
It's gotten
It
worse.
It's gotten
wasn't
worse. It's
that
gotten worse.
way
It was.
at all.
It was. You want to know why? You want to know how I know this? Okay, so I used to teach. I told you I used to teach college English, and one of the things I brought out was a recent article that talks about how employers would say that the top 5 issues that they would have with new college graduates was communication, because they didn't know how to talk to people, they didn't know how to pick up the phone, they didn't know how to spell anything, they didn't know how to use email correctly.
It's crazy that in the age of 18, that's what you need to tell them.
Right, but I'm saying that was the biggest issue that employers would say they had issues with their college graduates, is they could not communicate to somebody else. Whether it was across age gaps or how to use email, how to pick up the phone, how to even text correctly. They didn't know how to communicate. So it's not a new thing. It's not since COVID. It's always been there. It just has gotten worse since COVID.
Right.
We are talking here, Debbie.
And the new generation doesn't want to talk on the phone at all.
No.
I mean, you know what we do. So so Facebook, I'm going to say, used to be, or maybe still is, I don't know, the best place to advertise your rentals. So I used to advertise in Facebook Marketplace, and I am doing it right now. And I would, I would put the rental in, and everybody does this on Facebook. They go, "Is it still available?" Because it's one of
the automated response.
responses, right?
Yeah.
So when somebody hits the button, "Is it available?" So I immediately respond, "Yes, it's available. Call me at my phone number."
Mm-hmm.
I put my phone number there. Call me at my phone number, and I'll give you more information and set up a time to see it. And their immediate response is, "Can I see it today?" And then I repeat the same thing.
The same thing.
Call me. And I'll give you more information and set up an appointment.
I have a new thing right now.
Wait, and no one, it's the weirdest thing, not no one, but I'm going to say 1 out of 10 people now calls me. We used to be 6 or 7 out of 10 would call me.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually boosted the post, so I'm paying extra for Facebook to put in front of people. And I got 30 responses this morning, probably close to 30, easily. And every single one of them, I responded with, call me.
This is the number. Please
call me. And they don't call.
Yeah.
So I add a sentence right now before the second message. I promise I'm a very nice person. You're welcome to call me and this number to schedule a showing or to ask any question about the property.
If I saw that, I would think it was a scam.
Why?
Because
there is nothing more humane than that.
Yeah, that's why it sounds like a scam.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Larry.
For real.
It sounds real. No,
it sounds scammy.
Yeah.
I think that the opposite. When the automated message say, "You're welcome to call me. This is my number," people believe it's another one of those companies.
Because they always say it's available. I say, yes, it's available.
Yeah.
Please call me at my phone number to set up for more information and to set up a time to see it.
Okay.
I just do that, and it's funny. It's like, do you take dogs? Please call me. Do you take cats? Please call me. Can I see you tomorrow? Please call me. It's just, no matter what, and it's the same thing, right?
They don't want to talk. Yeah.
I mean, I had one. Actually, I got so frustrated when the woman actually writes back. She goes, "What are the So I put down, yes, it's available. Please call me." She goes, "What are the qualifications?" And I responded, "The first one is following directions." Because I was so frustrated by this setup. So I'm wondering if other people, if you're a renter, if you're a landlord, if you're having the same trouble renting. Because it's just very strange. I have more empty units now than I've ever had. Mm-hmm. Now,
you are renovating too. Let's face it.
Yeah, I'm renovating. It's true. I am renovating too. That's true. So it is kind of, you're right.
Yeah. So it's not the same, but yet I think we always experience that in this time of year, it's the hardest time. Nobody wants to move in before the holidays.
Yeah.
And yet I have never had a situation that I had basically zero leads.
Yeah, it just seems harder and harder.
Yeah, 0 leads about rentals. We are lowering the price, and it doesn't affect much. I don't get basically almost any response.
So it's strange. I mean, being the real estate experts that we are, we're dumbfounded. I really am dumbfounded. Now, the prices had gone up during COVID. We raised rents. But now we're not raising them. Now we're kind of like, staying maybe even $100 less than we were before, and still not getting the responses. So I'm very surprised. It's just something I wanted to put out to you guys to see if you guys had any suggestions. There you go, right?
So what just popped up on the screen is
Right, so it
is,
just popped up,
hey,
right.
are
So
you
this guy-
is this
Right.
available to one of Larry's
Right.
rentals?
So here you go. Right. So here you go. So I'm going to respond. So just so you guys don't know,
Let's do a test.
so
It's a
Facebook,
great test.
We have Facebook open because of the show, right? So it just popped up. Somebody said, "Is it available?" So I'm going to respond the way I always respond, which is the same exact response, and we'll see what happens. Right?
Put the 855-939-1137.
We could do that because it goes to my cell phone anyway, but it only goes to
And it will be,
right.
Mhm.
So his response was he actually didn't even do is it available? He actually said showings ? I'm interested.
Okay.
So I said yes, it's available.
Let's see if he
Call
will
me
call.
out for more information. Just set up a time
Okay.
to see it. So let's see what he does.
And we'll tell you after the break
If he actually calls,
He
'cause he
actually
won't.
calls.
But he won't.
Yeah.
But it's just so bizarre.
I know. I really hope he will.
Yeah, me too.
It will be enlightening.
It'd be enlightening.
I know. So
Enlightening.
I'm showing my 1-bedroom that I have left. That's over in Monroe. I still
Yeah.
have that. So I rented out the 2-bedroom upstairs, and I still got the 1-bedroom downstairs. So I'm renting it. I'm showing it tomorrow. But probably had maybe total 25 people, and out of all of them, maybe 4 people called.
I will take that.
You know. But I'm also going to text each one of them tomorrow morning and say, hey, I'm just confirming that you're coming tomorrow at 11.
Yeah, you want to, especially if you're
Yeah.
driving that far.
Yeah, so so I'm gonna confirm. But I had I got somebody who's I don't know what's gonna happen. Who knows what's gonna happen? One lady is living in a hotel with her kids. Somebody else is living in a shelter, and I'm like, oh my god. But I was talking to the shelter lady, and I think she's a little bit crazy. I mean, when I was listening to her,
I will
I'm like,
tell you a
something's
story
off.
about
Yeah.
my shelter lady that was supposed to move in on Monday, and we will reflect. It will reflect to the story I told during the webinar.
So you know what? Before you do, why don't
Yeah.
we tell it in the next? Well,
We
yeah,
will.
'cause
We
only
will
got
tell
we
it.
only
I
got like
said.
a minute.
I know.
We got
I,
about a minute left.
I will tell it at the next hour.
Yeah. So, all right.
'cause
So
it's
for
a
you guys
great
who don't know what
story.
we're talking about, we were going to end the show, but we start again immediately afterwards. So
Mm-hmm.
if we end the show, stay online, stay on the radio, stay online. We start the show over again. We just have to end it because in case we're doing a 1-hour repeat,
Mm-hmm.
we need to have an ending. I know it doesn't make much sense, but we'll talk about that because I want to talk about that. That was an interesting story.
We
that
are
you-
in good shape.
that you
We
told
are
this
not
morning.
going to have an ending, guys. We are in very good shape. Don't worry. He will have us for many years to come.
Okay, but meanwhile, I'm ending this episode
Please do.
right about now.
How?
So I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. You guys are awesome. I want to thank you all on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn. And stay on the show because if you stay on, you get the next half hour. I mean,
Hour.
the next hour, right?
Hour.
Right. Of course, I want to thank Omri,
Sweet.
Glenn
Glenn.
Page,
Yes.
and I want to thank also Dr. Deb for being here. And everybody else, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. And if you come to Thursday, I promise we'll actually teach you something. So go to investorschooling.com, and I will see you guys on Thursday night.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
You are clear.
Thank you. All right, so you guys online, just hang out. We're going to start the show again in about 2 minutes.
Where's Omri running off?
Where's he
to?
going?
I
The
don't know.
bathroom?
Where's he running? No, the bathroom's the other way.
No, I don't know where he's going. Is he going to get water?
I don't know.
I don't either. All right, cool. I can't even hear anything playing.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
killed the feed.
You killed the feed. Well, that's so boring.
So it wouldn't distract you.
It's just boring. You know, now we have to talk to the people online. You know, talk to the people. So everybody listening online, are you having a good time? Listen, you guys online, call in. Call the number 855-939-1137. Call in and talk to us because, it's more fun when you guys call in and talk to us. We have more of a good time. Right, Deb?
Mm-hmm.
Deb's eating. If you guys could watch Deb eat right now. She's chewing in the microphone. As long as she's not chewing.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
As long as she's not chewing the microphone, I'm okay with it. But she's chewing in the microphone. Omri went to get a Fanta. Did you just fall back?
Yeah.
Okay. Omri went to get a Fanta, so, we're going to be starting in about a minute and a half. We'll be starting the show
Put these
again in
away
about a
from
minute
me.
and a half.
Stop, because I'm just going to sit here and eat them.
You know why? Because I put them in the toaster oven. They're so good.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What? You put what in the toaster oven?
The bread.
finish it.
The
It's a little
vitamin.
salty.
Don't touch it.
It's
Okay.
a little salty.
All right, you guys, we got about a minute before we start. You guys want to say anything to the Facebook audience and the LinkedIn audience
We love you. Thanks for watching. Hi,
you
Kimmy.
can't-
Hi, Blake.
that we can't say normally?
That we can't say no more.
Yeah.
Only psychics reject 98%
I'm wearing
of
the
the
last
psychics
set
who
of-
apply to work with us.
I'm wearing the
We
last set of
guarantee
underpants.
if your rating isn't life-changing, it's free.
I changed mine
New
this
customers
morning.
receive
Every
20
morning.
minutes for just $20.
No, I changed
So
every morning
experience the
myself.
joy
I'm
of
just
certainty.
saying, I took the last one,
Psychics.com.
and I need to start. I need to
Local
actually take
news can
everything
come
back
at you
to dry.
fast. Want the latest on what's happening in your backyard? Download the free Odyssey app. Follow your local news station, and you'll get alerts on the top stories making headlines.
I'm ready to go if you're ready to go.
You can stay in the know.
15 seconds.
What you're up to, and be among the first to find out when news breaks.
Yes,
Plus,
Kenny,
keep
yes,
tabs
yes.
on weather and traffic, so you're never caught off guard. To get started, download
All right.
the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, and follow your local news station.
This program is paid for by Investors Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investors Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
You're live.
Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. What's the matter, Omri?
I was pretty sure that the break is going to be a bit longer, but okay, I'm good. I'm ready. Let's
You
go.
need to go to the bathroom.
No, I'm not.
Because we need to go to the bathroom. You can go. I could do this. I could do the intro without you.
No, I'm not.
Okay, how about you, Deb? You need to go to the bathroom?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
I think
I mean,
I'm
you
all
know,
right. Usually 2 hours I
This
can
is
make
like
it.
this is
2
like
hours
you
I
know,
can make it.
This is like the car getting the driver getting in with the kids getting in the back.
No, it was like what
I have to go to the bathroom. We just started.
No,
When we got to Boston, we all like had to take our turns.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
I gotta go now. No, you gotta go now. We all gotta go. Remember that? That was kind of funny.
I have an empty bottle, so I'm good.
Oh, it doesn't work for me.
Okay, so
Let's go.
once again, okay,
Welcome to the Larry
Go ahead, you do
Steinhouse
it.
Show.
go ahead, make it up.
The Larry Steinhouse Show is broadcasting to you from the Investor Schooling headquarters here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. You're welcome to log on and surf into investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and you can RSVP for a complimentary class this Thursday. Again, that's investorschooling.com. You're welcome to call us anytime during the show at 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
Is that like your English?
Thanks
voice
you,
or something?
Omri. And that, what?
Is that like your English voice, like your American voice? or
No,
something?
it just appeared to me what I did. I tried to do an accent of myself. It didn't work. It didn't work well for me.
No, it did not.
No, it didn't work well for me.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're doing such a good job with this. It makes me feel like I can go away
No, don't go away.
and you can do the show without me.
Please don't go away.
Okay.
Please don't go away.
Okay. So
You have another one, Larry. You have another response for the unit you
I
have.
know it's so exciting,
So
when-
apparently,
I know.
the situation is not that bad.
but no one is responding to
Nobody's
them.
calling.
So what we're talking about for you guys who weren't on
In the
listening
first hour,
of
yeah.
the first hour, right? So we were talking about rentals. We were talking about I put stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, and people respond with, "Is this available?" And then I respond when they say that. I respond with, "Yes, it's available. Here's my phone number. Call me for if you have any questions and to set up a showing."
Yes.
Right. So they don't call. So we did a couple of them before the show ended. Right. So here we go. We got this guy right here. Right.
The
his
guy
question
that
is-
wanted showing.
His question is, what is required to move in? So what will be my response? My response will be very simple.
To
right?
call your
Right.
future landlord.
Right. Like call me for more information and to set up a showing. Right.
Yeah. You have an automated reply, right?
No, it's not automated.
You didn't set it up?
I don't know how to do it.
No, there's
You
a way
can
to do
set in Facebook Messenger
Can you?
and actually in Zillow automated
that? In Zillow
replies.
you can, but
Yeah.
you could do it
All
in
right.
Facebook.
So you have to show me how to do that.
Yeah, show me at the same time because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But I used to do it so much during the days back then that it actually used to be my last copy. So I used to do paste,
me too, right,
paste,
right.
paste.
That's what I'm doing. Right. Exactly. Right.
You know what's happening with me is that I have so a lot.
Okay.
of,
Wait a minute. We're doing
Okay.
we forgot what there's an audience thing again.
All right, yeah.
Okay, which is okay with me. So anyway, okay, so I sent him this message, and oh wait, he's actually calling me.
Ooh,
Do we want to do this?
Yes, please.
All right, I got to get him permission to tell him he's on the radio now.
It
right.
will be fun. Let's
So
try.
I'll try. But
but
I got to say, he's
don't
the
put it
radio.
on a
Okay, hold hold
speaker unless he replies.
Hello, this is Larry.
Hi, Larry. This is Anthony. I just messaged you about that appointment.
All right, Anthony. Just before you start, we're live on the radio. Is that okay with you? I could call you back later, but we just happen to be live on the radio, and we're just talking about all the people and the tenants that call, and you just happen to call. But yeah, I'm going to question you the same way I would normally, but if you want me to call you back later because you don't want to be on the radio, that's okay too. Nobody knows your last name. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I would like you to call me back later.
You got it, man. I'll call you back. No problem. All right, I'll call you back as soon as we're all done with the show. Thanks, man.
So that's intriguing,
But
actually.
but no, I kind of tell him.
I know, but that's...
I don't want to get in trouble.
Maybe something getting better.
What?
Maybe something is getting better.
Well, we'll see, right? We'll see what this guy does. I'll call him after the show. I can't, or maybe I'll call him during the break.
Okay.
And we'll see what he comes up with, right?
Okay, sure. We'll
All
do
right.
a long break.
Yeah, it would be a long break. But
And we'll see how that goes.
we'll see how it goes. But at least somebody called me, right?
Mhm.
Finally, somebody called me.
So the only people that called me, maybe it's this time of year, of course, are people that needs assistant, that I'm always happy to help, and also organizations.
Right.
Now you know I like to work with organization, and I like, of course, to help people that lives in shelters, people that needs a place to be.
Yeah, sure.
Many of my tenants are coming from that point in life, and it's sad, but it's also I'm very thankful that I have the ability to help people.
Yeah, me too.
So I had a situation with a family of, I think, 10. It's parents with 8 kids.
Oh, well.
They were coming from out of state. They moved into to PA, back here to PA, and they were looking for a place to move in. I work with an organization where I'm very active in Norristown, and it didn't end up well. It didn't end up well because something happened. So many organizations in PA work by a state fund called Your Way Home. Have you heard about Your Way Home?
I've heard it from you.
From me.
Yeah.
It's called Your Way Home, and I think things got changed with the way the fund work and the way the money goes. So the whole progress, the whole process. Let's start with that. With the organization, took almost 2 months, maybe even a bit more. Many things changed in the way, but from the point we had to go through inspection for the house, I approved them for the unit and all that. It took, I think, 2 months, and at the end of those 2 months, unfortunately, it all blew out.
Right.
And it all blew out because basically I don't work with people that are unsocial. Let's call it that.
Okay.
I don't like to be in position.
Hold on, because the story that you're about to tell, which is the story I thought you were going to tell, is a story I really want to hear, which is the phone call you got. But let's not talk about that yet, because we actually have a caller coming in.
Okay, very
So let's
good.
do that first. Let's talk to Greg. What's going on, Greg?
Hi guys, how you doing?
So,
You were talking about the fact a lot of younger people don't like to talk on the phone anymore.
correct.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I had a tree had to get cut down, and my brother's friend at work gave us a phone number. So he called it first, which I didn't know, and I called the number to talk to somebody, get an answer machine, to leave a message.
Okay.
Nobody called back. So then I called again. So then my brother that night says, "Oh, by the way, they left a message on my my smartphone, and the guy's going to come tomorrow at it was at 10 o'clock in the morning to give you an estimate." Well, 9 o'clock in the morning, the guy's ringing the doorbell.
Just to show up.
So, but anyway, so I said to my brother, I said, "Look," you said, "you might as well deal with it." So everything that was done with that tree, including me, the question I was asked for is had insurance, came across my brother's cell phone, and I never talked to anybody except the tree guy the first time.
Wow. Yeah,
So-
that's what's going on now. It's crazy.
And that kind of irritated me, because I wanted to have somebody at least talk to me, and nobody talks to you.
Maybe I don't understand the
And
story.
you were
Did you approve the job,
Go ahead.
or they just came?
They just showed up.
No, my brother approved the job, and we actually had a contract coming through on the phone and stuff like that. And the guy came and they cut the tree down, and when they were done, we got a thing on his cell phone how much we owed him, and my brother paid with his credit card.
So how you
That was
approved?
it.
How did you approve the job?
My brother got a contract on his cell phone,
Oh,
and it said everything was
Wow.
going to do, and then he
Wow.
agreed to it, and
that's
that's
crazy.
how he did it.
You know, it
So-
sounds like it's efficient, right? It's definitely efficient for them. But it's not.
It's fine.
It's not the way I want to do business. I want to feel comfortable.
It's fine. When we had the tree fallen in Florida, I had the same thing. Send me a picture of the tree. You send the contractor a picture of the tree, and then they want to know if it's even something they can or want to handle. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
But from that point on, it's like, I want to see the tree landing on your mobile home. And then you don't hear back from them anything.
Right,
How hard it is to say, I'm not interested.
Right. I don't do tree removal.
I don't do tree. I can't handle something that big.
Yeah, right.
Right? I can't handle
That's
something
why people.
that
That's why
big.
people they don't want to talk on the phone, and it's terrible.
Yep.
So you also said you wanted to talk about Christmas.
I was just going to say, you're talking about Christmas. Christmas doesn't mean that much to me because the people that were really into Christmas, my mom and dad, they're both gone. So, and Christmas a lot is with little kids, and I don't have any little kids because I don't have any children, and I have my 63-year-old brother, and it means nothing to him, So
It's true, but
I could see that
so
because
I agree that's true, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel like Christmas.
well, I don't know, because when my kids were younger, it was like a big thing, and like Christmas Day was like we all would go downstairs and open up the presents and yada
Yeah, I
yada.
mean, I didn't
blah,
have
blah,
that. So my kids were living with their mother, so I didn't have them for Christmas. But at the same time, it was more like there was always people like friends, and they were always into Christmas spirit, and I would go through stores, and everybody would be happy, and it would just be different.
I mean, I think there was like
anymore.
more energy and more excitement and happiness about it. But I think you have a point though, because so my brother, my sister-in-law, her kids are still really young, so it's a really big, still young and exciting and fun for them, and because they're still I don't know, they're like 4 or 5 years old, they're still little and exciting, But I mean, for mine, they're like you said, they're grown, so now they're adults, so who cares at this point, It's like whatever.
Hey,
I'm playing
Greg,
Chinese. I'm
if you're
looking
looking
forward to
for
getting Chinese on
if
Christmas.
you're looking for a new place to live, I got a place in Lansdale that nobody responds to.
Well, is it Lansdale? I mean, I have people call me every day when I buy my house.
I'll buy it.
I tell them, I said, houses around here, a one-bedroom apartment, $1,600. I said, I can live cheaper than that for $1,600 a month in my home.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah,
that's why people aren't moving. That's why there's a housing crisis right now because nobody can afford the house they live in.
Yeah.
Like in other words, if I was to buy my house right now, I couldn't afford to buy my house right now. But I was able to afford my house, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And make a payment on it that I can afford. Now I can't. I mean, I probably can, but the point is just so much more money.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy my house for what it's worth today. There's no way.
Exactly.
There's no way I would.
Yeah, I mean, for the number that you could sell a house for.
No way.
I mean, we looked at a house. We looked at a house in that development, your development.
Yeah.
Omri and I looked at a house in your development.
Yeah.
That was beat to death.
Okay.
I mean, this place it needed at least $100,000.
It's not beat to that. It's the fact that people bought it. They lived there for 50 years,
right.
And they decided we are not going to do anything to it in those 50 years.
Except put in a granite countertop.
A granite countertop
right.
and a pool.
That was it.
And a pool.
Right.
Yeah.
What were they
so
asking
imagine 50-year-old cabinets
that
haven't even been refurbished with a granite countertop.
What were they asking?
$490.
And we heard that they turned down $450. And we feel that this thing, after it's renovated, is worth $650-ish.
Yeah.
So
right?
That's the problem. It's backyard. It's a pretty busy road.
Okay.
It's a pretty busy. It's the train station.
Yeah.
It's a pretty busy road, the backyard. So I don't know if it's going to be the $650 that this development brings. I think it's going to be less.
In the development I live in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I don't know about that, but the place needs a lot of work right now.
Yeah.
And it's not only.
And we heard that they turned down $450, which I couldn't believe. I mean, we were going to offer $400.
Yeah.
And they
I was
going to
say I wouldn't go past 400 from what you're saying.
Of course, it's ridiculous.
No. The problem right now is, yes, people can afford their houses.
Yeah.
But people also can afford their houses because they look at the neighbors, say, "Oh my God, honey, they just sold their houses for $800." Yes, is their house looks as good as your house right now? Because one thing,
that's always that.
One thing that people forget is that renovation.
Greg's house in Lansdale. Do you have a row house? You have a row house in Lansdale? Or you have a?
I have a single
family house.
Mm-hmm.
So Greg's house probably 4 years ago.
In the first floor and 2 on the second floor.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, his house was probably worth $275 to $350, right? Now it's worth $500 to $550, right? Am I right, Greg?
Well, I have no idea.
Okay.
I just know when my father passed away in 2016, my brother had it in. It was worth $240.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And that was my younger brother and I each got half the house. My father left it to both of us.
Okay. And there you go. So
Uh-huh.
that's why he can't sell it. First of all, he can't move. But
To
if you ever want to sell it, call me.
Now,
I'll buy it.
The one next to me sold last year, and it was $399, and they had a bidding war and ended up selling for $425.
Wow. Probably need to work if it's that cheap.
So that's
No,
the thing.
as a matter of fact, they put a lot of money into it.
Really? Well, that's actually, I'm
Believe it or
surprised.
not.
What's going on right now is people don't get the renovation prices also went up.
Yes.
And we are
yeah.
amazed
We were just
sometimes.
talking about that.
We
So
call a
let's do
roofer.
this. Let's let
Yeah.
Greg go, and then we'll talk about renovations because that's a good thing too. Thanks for calling, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
It was good talking to you, but around here, I haven't been in the mall in about 15 years, but Montgomery Mall, I heard, is about half the stores are empty.
Oh,
so that's
Montgomery
another
Mall
thing
is,
for Christmas,
that place needs to be torn down and houses need to be put up. That place is a complete joke.
Which is what they did here.
What's that?
The last time I was there was about 10 or 12 years ago, and at that time, that's when they were teaching me how to use a cane because I'm blind. So,
Okay.
but that's it.
All right.
You guys have a good one.
Thank
you, my
you.
friend.
If I don't talk to you,
And
enjoy
thanks
your
for-
holiday, whatever you celebrate.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate you.
That's
Take care and have a good one. Bye bye.
Take care.
That's actually what they did here in Oxford Valley. They torn out. They
Yeah, right.
didn't. They took part of the mall
Right.
and they built another section to it, and it's an apartment complex
Well,
right
they
now.
didn't do that. They had so much parking space, and they took parking. They didn't
They
take part of the
took.
mall.
Yes, they
They
did.
took one of the stores down.
Yeah,
They took one of the stores down?
Not Macy's.
The other one that you
Penny,
Wanamaker,
the Penny?
Wanamaker, I think it was.
Maybe.
Whatever, it
Sears?
doesn't matter. But yeah, they took
Maybe
they took the store
Sears.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Montgomery Mall. They took one of the stores down. I think it was Blooming. I don't know, whatever it was. But they took one of the stores down. They built a Wegmans there.
Okay.
So that's what. So Simon, who owns all the malls,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing now. They're trying to reinvent themselves.
Wait, Simon also owned Oxford Valley?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they let it go.
So I have something.
Simon let a few of the malls just go. They went into bankruptcy, and they said whoever wants them can have them.
Yeah, I Debbie will put us back to track in a second. Do you know the story about the classic auto mall on the Turnpike? You
Yeah.
heard about
Yeah,
this
yeah,
place?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No, we have to go. You keep telling me to
We
go.
have to go.
What are we talking about?
So that's a mall that went bankrupt.
All right.
Everything is still there.
Okay.
The store are there, the food court is there, everything is still there. There is even a Hilton that is connected in a tunnel to the mall.
Okay.
That you can go, stay in the Hilton, and I think it's a Hilton, maybe Holiday Inn, and you can go to the mall.
All right.
Now, what the guy did, because the guy is a huge car enthusiast, okay, he put cars in each one of those stores. And if you have a classic car or even a new car that you want to sell, you can bring it there. They will put your car in one of the empty stores. It's not empty right now. There are hundreds and hundreds of them. They will put it there and you can sell your car in the mall. You can go in. It doesn't cost any money.
Really?
And for a car enthusiast, it's like spending a day in Six Flags.
Yeah, it's probably neat.
It's crazy.
So if you guys go, let me go because I would like to go and see that.
Should we let her go?
Yes, of course. It's Debbie.
I would
I
like
didn't
to
know.
see
I didn't
that.
know we
Of
had to
course.
let you go.
I would like to see that.
Just don't
How about let me know when you're going? and I will
don't
attend.
look for ducks everywhere, okay? It's a serious business.
Just get over yourself.
No, get
Don't
over
be jealous.
yourself.
Don't
You
be
was the
jealous.
ducks.
Jealousy
See,
is not
once again, you guys forget
Stop.
that there's at least 3 other people on the radio
Stop.
listening. He's talking about ducks. So Debbie has a Jeep and she gets ducked all the time.
Ducked.
So people like to put ducks on Jeeps because they think they're really cool. So Debbie's car is really cool. It's a really cool color, and it says Dr. Deb. So if you ever see a really cool colored Jeep with Dr. Deb, we could wave and get her autograph
And actually put a duck on her door.
and put a duck on her door. Right?
Exactly. That's why I bought a Maserati actually, because people put vibrators on the door handles. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they're all gay.
That's exactly what I'm going to.
Okay. All right. So let's talk.
So
about,
let's
I
go
wanna talk
back
about your
to
story.
Sure.
All right. So you had a story the other day that you were telling, or you told earlier on one of our webinars.
So on Monday, I had a tenant that was supposed to move in. This is after 2 months working with the organization. The house is ready for them. I had to go through inspection, another inspection, and the problem.
You know what? Real quick, give the phone number.
Of my personal
No,
one.
this phone number.
Give your personal one out.
267 855 939 1137. That's 855 939 1137. One is cleaning his glasses, the other one is playing with her phone.
No,
where am I? What's going on?
I want to be able to see you, Omri, so I clean my glasses.
855 939 1137. So, again, the house was basically rented to this family that lives in a shelter or hotel. And the organization I was working with was horrible. Horrible means that what we are complaining this all show, people don't want to respond. You send an email, you get a response to your email a week later. You want to talk to somebody over the phone, you can't. I had to convince the woman that works in the organization to come and meet me at the house. No, I already was at the house. I know, I want to meet you. Come and meet me. It's important for me to meet you. And it was all a disaster. And then apparently they were on vacation and all that. And I think I told you that immediately after the election, I called them to figure out where we are standing on. Nobody was in the office. The woman at the receptionist answered the phone, and I asked to talk
I need to get to meat of the story. Because I'm falling asleep listening to you.
Fall asleep.
I lost track, actually.
I called the organization. I'm finishing. I don't care.
Get to the meat of the story.
Exactly. So I called the organization. It was the day after the election, and the woman that answered the phone said, "Beep, is not here today. She took half day off. She took the election pretty hard."
Oh,
and
I remember.
I was okay.
Yeah, she took the election pretty hard.
I didn't know if somebody is joking or what's going on.
I remember you saying that.
Exactly. I was amazed by this comment. I was amazed. But it is what it is. Never mind. On Monday, I had the day that they were supposed to move in. Again, nobody from the organization answered the phone. Nobody on the organization tried to help. And the tenant that was so anxious to move in went into the office to the organization. They're sitting in the organization, apparently with their caseworker in the office, and the caseworker refused to talk to me.
Why?
I think the attitude was that she wanted them to do it on their own. You know how we bring the kids to a situation, but we want the kids to handle something on their own. We bring the kids with us to Dunkin' Donuts. Go order something. No, I don't want to. No, you want them to do it to show independence. I think that's the thing. They wanted that they will do everything.
I think we're off track.
No, it's not. We're off track. It's a really drawn out story, and I wanted to get to the point where you got a phone call on Thursday. Right? Let's talk about that story. You got a phone call on Thursday. What was the phone call you got?
Let me finish.
No.
On Monday, everything is... No. Let me finish the story.
Nope. All right, Debbie, just you and me. I muted him.
He's so bad.
I muted him because he's boring. The story is just completely boring. And, I want to get to the story about what happened on Thursday, but you want to keep talking about this build-up that...
Can I have a sentence?
No.
One sentence?
Yes.
Okay. So everything exploded up, and they didn't move in. And then I looked for another tenant. On Thursday, now I go to that. On Thursday, I got a call in the afternoon from a
5
neighbor.
minutes to get to the story.
From a neighbor who is actually also my tenant that took his kids from the bus, and he said, I see that someone is at the house. I think someone is at the house. So I answered the phone, of course, and I said, what's going on? He said, I don't know, because the windows are blocked, but there is trash outside, and everything is going on. I said, oh my God, I understand what happened. They had no place to go. They broke the lock. They moved in. And all Thursday afternoon, it was the time that my daughter came off the bus, so I, of course, couldn't just leave everything and go. But I was so mad because in my mind, I had to deal with a squatter right now. I had a house that was empty and ready for a person, that now this person not signed the lease, didn't move in, he just became a squatter.
Right, but they didn't move in, was the story.
So
you went there and you found that nobody broke into the house?
No. I went there. Apparently there were some lights in the house. I had my plumbers. It's there. Maybe he arrived later than I expected to drain air from the radiators. So maybe I was thinking about it later. Maybe that's what they saw. But I was very much afraid that I had a squatter,
but you didn't
at this time.
Good.
And yeah.
All right.
Nobody wants
Thank
to
you
deal.
for telling the story.
Nobody wants to deal with
Finally,
squatters.
when the story is now the story was really boring now compared because you had to put all that build up to it.
Okay.
Is that you or is that Glenn snoring?
It's Glenn.
Okay. Because I mean it's like not good.
So I will do what everybody expect me and say to you 855-939-1137. That's what we are immigrants good for. That's 855-939.
That's what the immigrants are good for?
1137. And
You need
drywall.
a phone number?
And drywall.
The immigrants are good for drywall.
855-939.
That's racist.
1137.
for
It's not
7-Eleven.
racist.
I
It's
thought it was only
fact.
7-Elevens.
It's fact.
Did you hear what he said?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you said they were good for working at 7-Eleven?
Owning 7-Eleven.
Owning 7-Eleven. No, that's Indians.
Well,
no.
they could be immigrants too.
Are
you
they
know.
immigrants?
Yes, they are, but I think it's also Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts too.
Oh my goodness.
Gas stations, whatever. Move
Hey
on.
Glenn.
Gas stations.
Hey Glenn.
Yes.
Help me out here.
I think it might be time for a commercial.
Help me out here.
I
I mean, where are we going here? We got this one saying that immigrants are only good for drywall. We got this one saying that immigrants only own 7-Elevens, and we just had this whole conversation about things not being racist anymore.
I know, but we're joking.
Oh,
Well, you haven't figured that one out yet, really?
well, no problem, Archie.
No, I'm just saying. How do you get the ability to open a 7-Eleven?
I don't know.
You just
You
go
got
to
to buy the franchise.
You
It's a
just
franchise.
okay. But she's right. 7-Elevens and Dunkin' Donuts owned by normally
Right. But
hard accent
So I'm going to
immigrants.
tell you something about that. I actually believe it's because of the family dynamic.
Okay.
So you have Indian people move here.
It's true. It's true. It is family owned. Yes, you're right.
They move here.
The kids work
and
there.
they
Yeah.
need to do something to generate income. Right? So they generate income and to also get their immigrant status.
Yeah.
Right? Because you had this problem too.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to become American citizens and they want to be able to make money.
Mm-hmm.
They know that if they come here, what are they going to do? Drive a cab?
Uber.
A Uber, right?
Uber.
A Uber. So they're going to drive a Uber, or they can own a 7-Eleven, or
Yes.
they can own a
Dunkin' Donuts.
or Dunkin' Donuts. So they pool their money together back in India. They pool their money together, and they come over as a family. And that's I got to tell you, something about the culture, the Indian culture, that does that. It really impresses me that they put their money together and they all work together for a common cause to help the whole family.
So as a 7-Eleven, it's fine, and it's maybe funny to hear that from another person with an accent, but when it's for customer support, have you called Microsoft recently?
Well, yeah. So
I'm sorry, it sounds bad again from a
there
person.
are call centers in Pakistan and India that you're calling, and the Philippines too, because they work very cheap. And they work at night because there's so many people in those countries they can't find other kinds of jobs.
The problem is...
But they're working.
It's great.
They're working.
It's great. The problem is, of course, their English is so good, the accent is so thick. And maybe you have the same problem with me. I don't know. But every time I called, for example, to Microsoft for a customer support recently, I can't get the customer support because... And again, it's not that I'm not trying... I can't understand what the person from the other side of the line is saying.
Part of the problem, too, is they give you tier 1 support. You're calling the guy who knows how to turn the computer on and off. They go through 15 minutes of questions, and then you go, well, you don't understand. There's this I can't even make up something, whatever problem is. But it's a serious problem. You need tier 3 or tier 4 support. You need somebody who really knows how to do this. Instead, you're getting tier 1 support, which is give me the security, the
username,
blah 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 blah, and then you go, I want tier 2 support, and they won't give them to you until you tell them the problem. They do that all the time. It drives me nuts. All right, real quick, what do you got?
Woohoo! Yes, you are welcome to be on the line.
Hold on a second. What? Wait, we got Bernadette on the line. What's going on?
Yeah, hi. No, hi. Yeah, no, I was listening to you as I was driving, and I just wanted to say, Let Omri finish telling his story because I wanted to hear it, and you're wasting more time telling him to move on. If you would just be quiet and let him finish, he would have been finished faster. That's all.
You are so lucky I don't have a ring in my pocket.
Omri said he wants to marry you now.
You are so lucky I don't have a ring in my pocket right now.
But you don't understand. See, I know Omri well enough to know that story would have went on another 10 minutes. I had to chop it.
No, it's not.
So
maybe we will never know though, because
No, you might not know, but we know.
Yeah, it's interesting listening to
you. You can call me after the show, and you will. It's actually a very interesting story. I will tell you in person.
You told the whole story now,
and I will.
You condensed the story enough that everybody knows the story now.
And if it's doing something for you, I will even say the phone number a few times during the story.
Listen, Bernadette's obviously a fan of yours. Give her the phone number.
It's all good, guys. I just wanted to say that. That's all. Cheers.
Now you got two. You got Kimmy and you got Bernadette.
There you go.
So now you got a twosome that you can give the phone number to. Or threesome? I don't even know.
You are awesome, Bernadette. Thank you very much.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
You're quite welcome.
Do you want him to read the phone number to you?
I don't know.
While you're on the phone?
It's cool. I hear it enough. It's fine. You got some more stuff to talk about. I don't want to waste any more of your time. I just want to say that.
It sounds better when the phone's in your ear.
Hey, Bernadette, do you know what Omri looks like? Do you know what he looks like?
No.
He's a good-looking guy.
Ooh, I didn't know I'm a good-looking guy.
Yeah, you're a good-looking guy.
He is a good-looking guy. I mean, if I have to say so myself, he's not as good-looking as my attorney, though. Apparently.
Oh my God!
So, just to give you this story, to give you the frame of this story.
No, but cut to the chase.
I have a number of attorneys who work with me because we're always
cut
doing
to the chase.
things.
Cut to the chase of the story.
What?
Cut to the chase. Go.
I am. So my attorney was invited to the investor schooling party the other day. Yeah. And I introduced Debbie to my attorney.
Well, you didn't introduce me. I
introduced
introduced myself.
Whatever it was. And Debbie hits me and goes, "How come you never introduced me to him before? He's so hot."
I didn't say quite like that, but I just said, "Why didn't you tell me your attorney was a cool glass of water?" I think I said something like that. I'm like, "Oh my God, he's so gorgeous."
Cool glass of water?
You never heard that?
Cool glass of water?
I don't think she said that time either. But then again, I might not have heard it anyway.
How a cool glass of water refer to a hot person?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So there's a couple women who were at the students and they knew exactly, because we all were laughing.
I don't think you used that line with me, but either way.
Okay, I must have used it with them. But I said he was.
One day we might have him in the studio too to talk about some law things.
Okay. Just so I can just gawk at him the whole time.
Yeah, cut to the chase. Cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. He's just absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
So
anyway,
I was bummed out to hear that.
Bernadette. See, this is what I got to put up with, Bernadette. Right? I got to put up with these guys going off on tangents. Are you okay with their tangents?
She's off. She's off.
Oh, she's off. Okay. She actually hung up on me.
Okay.
She actually hung up on us.
Okay. No, she didn't.
No?
No. Don't be between me and my fence.
I know, it's fine. All right, why don't you bring us to a commercial now so maybe we can come up with something more important to talk about on the other side.
We will.
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Do you know when the best time to buy investment properties is? It's now. It's always now.
Is anybody still listening online?
Learn how to buy them correctly. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night and learn how to buy investment properties and make money every time. That's right. That's what we teach. We teach how to buy investment properties.
Cool glass
and
water,
make
like you're
money every
refreshing.
time. Go to
like,
investorschooling.com and RSVP
No,
right
I think
now.
I was talking to
this Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
It's not a toothpaste. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
It's like I guess it's a joke.
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling.
Oh my God, look at that.
Are you also saying to your husband, Phil, you're hot? Woo!
I told Phil that I thought
using
this
real
guy
estate and the stock market.
No. I'm saying, do you also compliment your husband?
We sell nothing but education. Come to Investor Schooling and learn how to have a better retirement. Go to
it's not a keychain. What do you mean cute?
RSVP right now for this Thursday's class at 7 o'clock. Go to investorschooling.com.
It's a very big keychain, but you should be more. You should compliment your husband more.
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor
It will give him the fizz, and to you when he will act to his fizz.
Invest in real estate, the stock market, precious metals, and learn from an expert.
Compliment him more. Women think that they need to compliment. They need to suck the compliment all the time.
And we will
You
teach
should
you
give
how
some
to
too.
leverage real estate, how to leverage the stock market, and how to leverage precious metals to make more money than you've ever made before. Go to investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. We will see you there. Investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. Investorschooling.com.
I really appreciate it. Like, I do that kind of stuff all the time.
This is Larry
So
Steinhouse
he
with
knows he's
30
appreciated.
seconds.
You may know me from
I
my book,
always say
Money
that
Hacks. You may know me from my radio shows, and you may even know me from some of these commercials. But listen, I'm teaching stuff that people need to learn
I can
about
hear.
money. In
Okay.
fact, my favorite
Deb is
topic
in
is
heat.
money. So go to InvestorSchool.com.
What do you mean Deb is in
and you
heat?
will learn things about
Apparently,
money that you never even
somebody
knew
online
existed.
said
We will teach
Debbie
you things
is in
about
heat.
real estate,
Yeah,
about the
it's
stock
not-
market,
she's
and about
hot.
how to use your
What is-
IRAs
it's in
properly.
heat.
Go to InvestorSchooling.com.
I don't even know how to
wants to mate.
Class this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That's InvestorSchooling.com.
We're coming back.
I'm not sure it's appropriate to say.
All right, hold on. We're coming back. All right. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. You want to say it, Omri? Go ahead.
The Larry Steinhouse Show.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
This is the Larry Steinhouse
Did
Show.
his mic go out?
No, he's just talking so
This
low.
is the Larry Steinhouse Show. No, it's the music. The music was loud. That's
He's
all.
just trying
Okay,
to talk
fine.
like
That's the
really
Larry
weird.
It sounds like
Steinhouse Show.
you were lower than me. Your volume was lower than me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. We usually talk about something that has to do with real estate and something that has to do with the stock market. And I don't know where this went today, but both of our shows today had almost no finances in there. So please, somebody call us and ask us a financial question.
At 855-939-1137. Yes, I'm excited, so call us at 855-939-1137. We are waiting for you right now at 855-939-1137. If you feel down, we are here for you at 855-939-1137. We can prescribe you any pills, but call yet at 855-19... I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
So Mark Online, while we were in the commercial, Mark Online says that Debbie was in heat. She says, Debbie is in heat. LOL, right? So apparently... he must think you got offended by that because he apologized.
No, I don't.
What is
I don't
it?
care.
What?
We
So
already
it's-
answered your question. We already answered the question.
But I'm not sure I do understand. Is in heat?
So he doesn't know what the
term means.
What the term
It's
being
slang.
in heat is. I'll tell you
In
what.
the heat. Yeah,
Why don't we
the
do
term-
this? Why don't we have somebody call up
and explain to me?
and explain to Omri what it means to be in heat.
Okay. Someone is in heat to me?
No.
Okay, good. I'm happy. So let's talk about something we actually discussed this week.
And then hold on,
you
just before I just want to do a thing. So, Mark, I just want to say I'm married. I'm not dead. That's all I want to say.
You what?
I said I'm married. I'm not dead. That's all.
You're married. You're not dead.
Yeah, I'm married. I'm not dead.
Okay,
Well, what
now,
does that have to do with anything?
now I'm more intrigued to know what it means.
Well, once they explain it to you, you'll understand.
Okay.
All right, go back to what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, you guys need to be online. The people online need to call in.
Yeah,
they're so
really
boring.
should.
They're
Mark,
so
you should
afraid.
call in.
they're
Maybe
so
they don't
afraid
know
to-
the number.
They're so afraid to talk to us that they have to put comments
Yeah,
online,
text it,
and then we get to see them and we get to make fun of the comments.
Kimi actually told me during the party she will call, and Kimi is one of the nicest person ever made.
There you go.
You know, it was funny that because your lawyer actually came in with one of
Oh
our
my
students.
God,
Hold
it's the
on.
lawyer again. How hot is this guy?
Oh my God. So gorgeous. Anyway, so he came in with one of our students. And I said to our student, I'm like, oh my God, is that your husband? And she's like, no, I wish. He was my short, fat, bald. And it was so funny. And then we were both gawking at his lawyer because we're like, oh my God, we have to go introduce ourselves to him. Because he's, it was
So,
just all the women at the
So you want me
investor schooling noticed.
So we go out on his boat in his dock out in his backyard of his house.
Yeah.
You want me to take you next time?
Yes,
Okay.
I would
Who
like
has
that.
a dog in the backyard of his house?
Matt.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? Here, Marsville, Yardley,
Yeah,
this
New
area?
Hope.
I'm a New Hope?
In
Okay.
New Hope. Ah, you lost it. You have no chance with him.
I'm married. I'm not dead.
First of all, he's married.
He's married.
He's got a kid and a kid on the way.
I understand, but there's always the second phase in life, and he's from New Hope. You have to go by statistic.
Oh, he's watching the crossing. How's that?
It's fine.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but crossing. Okay, so I want to talk about what we actually spoke this week about how hard is it to get a person to respond, not even as a rental, but also we put a job description, for example, online this week for a property manager or a site manager or a handyman in Florida, for
Nobody wants to do
example,
anything anymore.
right now. And it's not only that nobody wants to do anything, nobody wants to be in a position that they will actually be intrigued to hear more about the job.
Yeah.
So I had a call. I want to relate to that. The same day, I believe, I had a call with a mortgage brokerage. Okay, I bought a house. I already sold it, and back then I was thinking about holding it for myself. Of course, I'm not anymore that I sold it, and I put my name with one of the companies, and immediately a second later, I got a call from 100 other companies that want to offer me a mortgage, and I'm still getting those calls. This company calls me, and the guy, I started to have a discussion with him about that, and he was very confident, let's say. No, everybody doesn't know what they're saying. I can tell you. And I started to talk to him.
No one knows what he's talking about.
I don't understand.
I was listening to what Bernadette said before. I just let him talk. And Bernadette's in my head, and here I am going,
Come
on!
Thank
you, Debbie, for interrupting him.
I don't mean
I have no idea what he's talking about.
And I'm on the phone with this mortgage salesperson.
We know.
And I'm trying to figure out what make a person sit on the phone all day and do that job. Is it because this is the most comfortable thing for them to do? Is it because this is what they know how to do? Why so many people choose the easy job, you can say the easy job, which is having a cubicle, sitting in a room in a wheelchair in front of a screen and make those calls and not do things that are more productive. And I think that's something that appeared to me. Nobody wants to do.
So what's happening now is you got people who don't want to talk to people at all, which is crazy because it's all because of COVID. They made people so unsocial.
And yet you have those people that call you every day. You are yelling at them.
But they're not calling from America.
No, some do.
No, they're not.
So you know what? So they speak English very, very well.
So
even if they don't come from America, how can it be that so many people are accepting this job that insulting them every day with people hanging up on them, shouting at them, cursing them, and they still keep this job?
Weren't we going to talk about having trouble getting contractors? Is that what I thought you were trying to talk about earlier?
It's not even contractors. It's much more than that. Everybody wants to be corporate.
Okay.
Regardless to what they do.
Well, I don't want to be corporate.
Me too. But apparently the new generation
Well, that's right. When you call Investor Schooling, we actually answer the phone.
Yes, of course.
Which is amazing too. But we do have a phone trap. Right? You have to push one. Because when you call Investor Schooling,
because of the spam.
Right. If you go, because there's so many spam calls. That it says if you're human, push one, and that's the only way we can get. We'll answer the call because we have so many spam calls. So many. I mean, it's all day long. It's somebody with this, somebody with that, somebody with this, somebody scammer with this. I mean, it got to the point where it just got annoying. So we put this block on there. So it says, hey, if you're human, press 1, and then you have to push 1, and then you come through.
Will you agree to sit in a cubicle all day and make phone calls?
Depends on...
If you can make more money by doing harder job. I don't see Blake, for example, going and sitting in a cubicle all day and making sales calls.
All right, so I want to stop you here for a second, and I think a lot of this has a lot to do with how you grow up. And I say this with all the love in my heart, but I have people that I know very well who have no life or drive in anything that they do, and they try to find the easiest way every time, and they do really menial jobs, and they've been doing them for 30-plus years, and they're okay with that. And if they're okay with that, then why do you care? If they're okay sitting behind a desk for 30 years, looking at a screen all day, why do you care? Because at the end of the day, somebody needs to do it. And if they're okay doing it, then why do you care?
And there are people who like it.
It's who we are.
Well,
that we always wish that people will try harder for themselves, not for me. It doesn't benefit me. I want people.
Matter. You're missing the point. So I have a.
You say they're happy like that. You should leave it alone. They're happy like that.
So I know somebody who like I said. I know somebody who got an associate's degree in general studies, which means absolutely nothing, and she is the manager at a restaurant, and she's been doing it for 5 years or 7 years, and she's happy doing it. So you know what? If she's happy, who the hell cares? Let her be happy. I mean, is she going to go anywhere in life? No. Does she buy a house? Yes. She's paying her mortgage. She's raising her children.
That's
Who
fine.
cares? You know what I mean? Like, or somebody else who, like, I know somebody else. He answers the phone with the 911 calls. 35 years. 35 years. Sat in a room with no windows. 35 years answering calls.
Why you have to say that 3 times? You know why?
Because it's insane. I mean,
To you, it's insane.
To me, it's sad. To me, it's sad. But you know what? He liked his job. He liked what he was doing. So who cares? Let him do whatever.
Maybe
now
it's
his
the
daughter's doing it.
911
Now his
that
daughter's doing the same
he
thing.
feel that he helped people and all that. I get it, actually.
I guess, but you know, I couldn't sit in a room for 35 years in a room with no windows, just with looking at a screen and headphones on. I'm like, I can't do it. But I mean, you know what? Somebody needs to do it. He was happy doing it. He raised his family doing it.
And if we could find somebody who's really happy at doing it, have them call us and we'll hire them.
Yes.
Because we need somebody to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's
I'm
the
like-
thing, right? So, by the way,
We are not we are not close to be those sad places.
no,
we have
need-
so much fun here in the
Yeah, we
office,
do.
so people
So
need to
we
understand
If
that.
anybody wants a job, we need somebody who can get on the phone and make phone calls during the day.
Mhm.
And also just make sure everything's okay and call the students now and then and say, hey, how are things going? Also call them up to remind them to come. Because the 3 of us, hate to do that. Because we're not programmed that way.
We're not programmed that way.
I don't know how to do that. I'm doing
I know
it.
you have a good time with it.
I do it some days, and when I get, again, we're going back to the same subject, to the same topic, when people want to interact, when people ask me about investor schooling, when people want to talk to me, I love it. I love it. To talk all day to answering machine, no, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry.
So, by the way, again, if you want to come to investor schooling and actually learn something about finances and not just these
Which is one of the benefits of
gibberish
doing that.
conversations that we're having,
Yeah, but I mean,
you
that's
can
one
go
of the
to
benefits.
investorschooling.com.
Yeah,
You
one of the
should.
benefits of working with us is that you get to ask us questions, and we can help you with all that stuff. You know, and you also get access to all the like the videos, and you get to learn and you can join the classes. And
You get
that kind of stuff.
access and accent. You get both.
Oh, access and accent.
Oh, you're so funny.
Oh, that's so, Omri, that's so clever.
Thank you very
Anyway.
much for listening to us today. We are
He said something clever. We're done, right?
no,
Okay.
There you go.
So I don't know. You want to talk about Bitcoin hitting 100,000?
no. I will cry.
I know, right?
You will cry more.
I probably will because I made the decision
Not to get closer to that.
7 or 8 years ago and said, I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin. And that was a really bad decision. It really was. And the interesting thing is, every time I go to invest in Bitcoin, I, the last minute, decide not to. So even last year, when Bitcoin was at 28,000, I was at a conference, and the guy at the conference, who I know, he was speaking at the conference. I know the guy. He was on stage and he was talking, and he just interrupted, like one of those random thoughts where he just stopped what he was talking about.
Himself, like in the middle of the room.
Middle of his presentation, He stopped and he said, "Listen, everybody buy Bitcoin right now." Now the guy is a massive Bitcoin miner, so he has I think it's something like 80, 90 Bitcoin, which is pretty good. Close to $1 billion in Bitcoin. About $1 billion $1 billion.
100 million.
100 million. Yeah, 100, right. Close to 100 million in Bitcoin. And he was talking about, he said, everybody buy Bitcoin right now. And I'll tell you something, it was funny because I actually took out my phone, I opened up my Bitcoin, Coinbase, and I went to buy it, and for some reason the buy didn't go through, and I was like, I'll do it when I get home, and I just didn't do it. 1 year later, I would have tripled my money. It would have been 100.
26 to 100.
Almost 4 times, right.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I knew it now. So now if you're a Bitcoin enthusiast or you're thinking about buying a Bitcoin, I'm going to give you my theory, and I've seen this happen before, is Bitcoin will hit a magic number like 100,000. And then it'll cut in half. So if Bitcoin doesn't go any higher than 100, which is where it is right now, it'll eventually go to 50,000. When it goes to 50,000, buy all you can. I'm telling you, this is the time. Just buy all you can when it goes to 50,000.
Yeah, but which one are you supposed to buy? Isn't there
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. We
Is
talk
that
about
Bitcoin.
only
Oh,
Bitcoin.
So
Bitcoin.
cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. There are hundreds and hundreds of cryptocurrencies, and that's what confused the market.
Okay.
But Bitcoin is the one. Now, Dogecoin, I happen to have some because it was funny, because I saw Elon Musk and
Dogecoin?
Yeah, Doge, right? Because you know what happened, right?
No.
Elon Musk and is it Kennedy? Oh no, Vivek Ramaswamy are in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency. Department of Government Efficiency. So Elon Musk is a big crypto guy. Like, he likes crypto. He likes to talk about crypto, and he created this, or named it, Department of Government Efficiency, just so it could have the same name as Dogecoin, DOGE. So as soon as that happened, I'm like, I got to buy this, because if I know Elon Musk, he'll run it up just because of that. So I did buy a little bit, just enough to have a little bit of fun with. But Bitcoin, I'm telling you, Bitcoin is going to be the play, and Bitcoin is going to be the play. But you can't buy it now. I mean, you can buy it now. There's no big deal. You can buy it now. It's still going to go up. Now I'm finally convinced that Bitcoin will hit $1 million. Finally, all the years I've been saying, stay away from Bitcoin, stay away from Bitcoin, I'm finally convinced it will hit $1 million. Now, it's not going to hit $1 million next year, but it will hit $1 million. But first, it's going to take a major drop down, and then it'll move. And it'll be worth it to get back in at 50. And that'll be the time where if you don't get back at 50, you'll make the mistake.
I have a question about Bitcoin.
Okay.
Can you buy half a share?
Yeah. You can buy fractional Bitcoin all you want.
Okay.
So if you have $25,000 and you want to buy a quarter of a Bitcoin, you can.
And if you are mining Bitcoins, right, you get the Bitcoins that you are mining?
Yeah.
So they are yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mining Bitcoin is a complicated technique.
Mm-hmm.
But it uses machines that automatically solve riddles and puzzles to get the Bitcoin. I can explain all the it's very complicated. I mean, I know it. So here's the interesting part. I actually wrote a course on how Bitcoin works and how cryptocurrency works, and I never gave the course.
I was just say I don't remember ever seeing that.
I know.
one.
I wrote it. I never taught it.
Okay.
Because I was so against it that I never taught it. Now I'm still not sure if I want to teach it. But if anybody wants to learn, I'll certainly teach it on 101, because it really is an interesting concept. The whole Bitcoin concept is really interesting concept. I just don't see it happening the way they say it's going to happen. But look, compare it to gold. So what can you do with gold right now? Can you buy anything with gold?
No.
No, right?
No, you can keep it.
Right.
Make jewelry from it. I don't know.
It goes up in value just because people want it to go up in value, right? Because it's worth what somebody will pay for it. And it's the same thing with Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is imaginary compared to gold, because you can actually hold gold. You can't hold Bitcoin, but you can convert gold into cash by selling it, and you can convert Bitcoin to cash by selling it. So once I finally got over the fact that, even though you can't hold it like you can with gold, I started to become a crypto fan. Now, I'm still struggling with it because all my money's everywhere else. It's all, it's in houses, and it's in silver, and it's in the stock market. So for me to take some money out and move it into Bitcoin right now, especially at 100,000, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But if it hits 50,000, I'm definitely going to do it. I definitely feel it's going to be the time. Now, I also said, so if you're listening to this and you're really taking this seriously, I said that it hits a major milestone like 100 and then it comes in half. But if the major milestone is 120 or 150, then remember that new half number, if it's 150, the new half number is 75. So it's not 50,000. So just keep that in mind. If whatever it peaks at, the next peak, whatever it is, we're assuming it's 100. But if it peaks higher than that, then the halfway mark will be half of that. Just in case it's something you want to do. If you want to learn more about Bitcoin, I can teach it to you. I'll teach it to you 101. I'm not sure if I want to go public teaching it yet, because it's so bizarre.
I don't know. I think you should at least consider it.
I know. I probably should.
Yeah, I mean, and then if nobody's interested, nobody's interested. But I think you should at least.
I want to own more crypto before I start teaching it, because I own so little. I own a little bit of Dogecoin. I don't even
it's
own
like
Bitcoin.
wholesaling with you.
Right.
You won't do wholesaling.
I want to prove it. I want to prove that I have it and that I've made money with it, or even went up in value. That's probably why I'm not doing it.
Correct.
So yeah. Anyway, all right. So that was a nice trade. And by the way, Bitcoin hit 100,000 because of Trump being elected, which I should have realized. That was one of those things I missed. I just didn't think about it because Trump is very, very crypto friendly.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Where Biden wasn't very crypto friendly. So Trump will make it so that crypto will be friendly. Also,
surprisingly.
Elon Musk is really crypto friendly.
Yeah.
Have you you know how you were talking a little bit before about what do you still think that Biden is gonna make Kamala Harris president?
No, I kept saying that there's a chance.
No, I don't think so anymore.
I mean, I don't think
Kamala
so,
Harris
but-
will be 47th president, right?
Do you think that'll still happen?
It's still a chance, but probably not. I actually, I mean, there's a lot of people out there with the school of thought that Biden hates Kamala Harris, and I actually believe that.
Yeah, I do too.
I actually think that Biden voted for Trump.
If he remembers who was whatever. But I thought it was interesting that he pardoned his son of like $10 million or something.
Vanguard?
Biden pardoned his son.
He pardoned.
So I believe that any president would have pardoned his son. So I have no problem with it. I'm actually just surprised that he said he wouldn't. Right? Well, I'm not going to pardon him. Well, BS. We know that you're going to pardon. We knew he was going to pardon him from the beginning. If he was smart, he would pardon Trump. That would go a long way to make. Because what's the difference? Trump's never going to go to jail for this, and nothing's ever going to happen. And Trump could pretty much pardon himself. So why not make it really simple and take an olive branch for Democrats to Republicans and pardon Trump? That would be so smart. But, Democrats hate Republicans, so they won't do it. And, Biden really doesn't make any decisions anyway. It's his staff making the decisions because, we even know who's running this country now. It's crazy, right? But he could still die in the next 6 weeks, and Kamala could be the 47th president. What are you looking at?
Mark said that when Vanguard put it on their platform, he will consider it.
Oh, when Vanguard? Okay, that's fine.
Said
but that's okay. So everybody's got their thing, right? But you know what's funny, Mark? You're right. It may not be Vanguard, but think about it. Think about how popular it's gotten with other things. You got Coinbase, pretty popular company now. You've got it actually listed on CNBC. When you look up, you can look up gold, you can look up the Dow, and you can look up Bitcoin constantly. So, it may not be Vanguard, but it may be something else. There's also some ETFs now that are playing Bitcoin. So I'm telling you, there's something here. It's not going away. I'll tell you right now, it's not going away. Whether it's going to become what they say it's going to become, I don't know, but it's not going away.
So there isn't this a thing called Vanguard. It's Vanguard.
Vanguard. He corrected
himself later.
No, I want to see if Vanguard.com is available to purchase.
Well, go ahead and do that. That'd be a really good idea.
Okay.
Why don't you do it now?
I am doing it now.
Okay, because that will keep you quiet while I end the show.
Thank you. End the show, please. I'm buying Vanguard.com.
You're buying Vanguard.com? Okay, there you go.
I'm opening a dating site.
And you're gonna make it a dating site?
Yeah.
What kind of dating site?
Vanguard.
I don't know. He's got something underneath that smile that I can't figure out what it is. But then he's always got that, right? Anyway, I guess it's that time again. We're at the end of the show. So I want to thank all of our listeners. I want to thank you all for watching, listening. Hey, if you listened online, I really appreciate you. Last week we had some problems, and I want to thank everybody for hanging in last week. We finally fixed them. We no longer have those problems. So thank you for watching this week. I want to thank, of course, Omri for being Omri, and I want to thank Dr. Deb for being here as well. And I want to thank the
Sweet
Glenn Page for being our awesome producer. I want to thank all the callers. And I want to thank, of course, Bernadette, of course, right? I want to thank Bernadette for calling and telling me that I should let you talk the story.
855.
Anyway, investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions are statements
you are
expressed
clear.
on
Hang
the
on one
program.
second.
Thanks, bud. Use the second one.
Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions
Second hour?
of WPHT
So
or Odyssey.
Vanguard is available.
Go buy it.
Vanguard.
Good.
Great.
Glenn.
Go ahead, Glenn. What's up?
Okay, so you said the second hour?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't talk about the healthcare CEO thing. Or was that too
Oh,
dark?
yeah.
What
I
was
think
it?
the healthcare CEO getting murdered.
The what?
Healthcare CEO getting murdered.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about that. That's not really.
What happened?
WPHT, WOGL,
No, but they
HD3
said that the
Philadelphia,
bullet
from the
said
Cherry Hill
deny
Volvo
and
Studios, where
Smith or
relationships
something
matter.
or something.
Always live on the
Yeah,
free
the
Odyssey
casings
app.
on the bullet
Kale and Company,
said
weekday
deny
mornings,
and
6 till 10.
I have to make an admission here on the show.
What?
First time yesterday for this holiday season, I tuned into a little Christmas music. 10 minutes worth.
That's a
Got my
news thing.
fix.
What'd you hear?
Wasn't the typical wham.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I just saw the ones.
All right.
I can't think of them off the top of my head.
See you, man.